gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
Hello?
Yes.
Are you all right? Bill?
Hello?
You're not all right?
Oh, there we go. Tell me I better open my damn eyes. It's the only, you better open your eyes, man, because we're here for the only reason I forgive that is that the music is so good.
So you know what they do now?
Who is that?
Artists of Robert Plant's caliber. So I saw...
or age?
No, caliber. I saw a announcement, his tour announcement.
Yeah.
And he announced like 10 dates.
Okay.
And Joe and I are on a thing now where we want to find concerts we want to travel to, like make a trip around. Because he's not coming here. And so you go to his website and announces the dates. And in order to buy tickets, you have to become a verified fan.
Right.
This is where they're trying to get out of the scalping thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to pick the show you want to go to and submit a request to buy tickets.
And, please, sir, may I buy tickets?
Yes. And then you go into a lottery. You can't just buy tickets.
Yeah, you know.
And then they said, okay, we've accepted your verified request. You will receive an email on the 28th of September if you are allowed to purchase which I did not get the email yet.
Wow.
And that's...
And, you know, two things about that. First of all, if they ain't coming to me, I ain't traveling to them.
It's an excuse
And second
to go
of all,
somewhere.
up yours.
No.
Up yours.
They're
Verified fan.
They're trying to curb the scalping.
So are you getting tickets?
No, I didn't get an email.
Yeah. You're not going to get any tickets because you're a scalper.
You could tell you're not a very good fan.
Not a very good fan.
They investigated me.
There's an algorithm.
It just seems a little bit too precious to me.
It gets into your iTunes account and says, "Oh, she only has some. She doesn't got the whole album."
Look at this, what she's done on Spotify.
Yes, her Spotify lists are terrible. Clearly, she's not a certified fan.
I don't like that very much. I also didn't like this idea. Like when I went to see Nick Cave, I don't know. I don't know how I bought VIP tickets. I just did. So what do the VIP tickets get you? Well, they're not selling any merch at the show, but they send you 2 posters and 2 laminates on lanyards. You know, which don't get you anything. It's a laminate on a lanyard that it doesn't get you backstage. It doesn't get you to meet Nick Cave. It's just a laminate on a lanyard.
You can hang it on your rearview mirror.
I think I noticed Robert Plant is doing that same thing. And they don't sell much merch or any merch at the show. You just get it in the mail later.
That actually makes sense to me.
I don't mind that too much, although the stuff was stupid.
If you think about the person and you're in charge of the T-shirts, just the T-shirts, you're carrying them from venue to venue.
Yeah.
And
just order it.
That's crazy. This way you can just go here, and it comes to you.
Yeah.
No heavy lifting.
Well, this part of the show, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't matter. So.
You mean something to us. That's why you need to call us for check-ins, though. 877-602-9696.
You better, you need to check in with us. Let us know what you're doing.
We need to verify you as a fan of the Radio from Hell show. That's what we need to do.
That's right. Yes,
verified fans.
People have been trying to scalp phone calls to get to this feature. So
hundreds of dollars.
877-60. And if somebody calls you and says, "I can put you through to Radio from Hell," don't you damn believe them. It's 877-602-9696. Call now for check-ins.
All right. Time for the Gray Whale Entertainment Report. Friday is the new international release date for all music, so that means there's new music, movies, games, records. Pick up at a locally owned and operated Gray Whale near you. Here's what we got. Primus, their new one. Desaturating 7 is what it's called. Pearl Jam, they're doing a new one.
Something new?
It says Let's Play 2 is what it's called. Ritz, their new one, Last Call. Wolf Alice, remember Wolf Alice?
Yeah. Don't say Wolf Alice as much as you want to.
I know. Visions of Life is their new one. Jessica Leah Mayfield, Sorry Is Gone, is out. Monolord, their new one, Rust, is out. Miley Cyrus has a new one out, Younger Now. And the Stone Temple Pilots' 25th anniversary CD and LP vinyl of Core is out. Let's see, Movies 47 Meters Down is out. It Stains the Red Sand.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, it does.
David Lynch, Art Life, is out today. And a special Blu-ray release,
Why are you looking at me?
Space Camp. Remember Space Camp?
No.
From a long time ago?
Kids going to camp.
So is that David Lynch? Is that a doc about him?
I think it might be. It does not say here. GrayWhaleSLC.com is improved and ready for your shopping pleasure, featuring real-time inventory searches, Killer Whale membership discount availability. You can use your store credit for purchasing, and they constantly update their sales and promotions and events. Trade in your old stuff for new stuff. They want your music, movies, games, books, and vinyl to get cash or store credit toward the purchase of something new. Join the Killer Whale Club, receive a lifetime discount. Like and follow them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Gray Whale SLC. That is your Gray Whale Entertainment Report.
X96 is your home for non-stop music. We give you a 1-hour non-stop music.
Brother Philip likes Propel water.
It's Jesus' preferred water.
On the right hand of God. America, on the right hand of God.
Excuse us. Are you Brother Philip?
Yeah.
Hi, can we talk to you for a second? Sure. Yeah, we do a radio show in Salt Lake City.
Oh, wow.
And we're just talking to your disciples over there. Is that what we should call them? Your disciples?
Well, no.
Brothers?
That's Jesus' disciples, really.
Oh, your associates. And we were going to chat with them for a second, and they said, well, you should go talk to Brother Philip. He's
the man.
doing the preacher. The preacher. Now, so you do this every day here in Maui?
Yeah, I try to fulfill this.
And you have signs over there that say, sign of the times. What does that mean, Brother Philip?
It's right. I have to share it.
Pardon me?
St. Matthew.
All right, now Brother
16.
Philip's going to get out
Pulling out the Bible. It's a well-worn Bible. Looks
Yeah.
like he's had it for a while.
How long have you had that Bible, Brother Philip?
I'm not sure, really.
And it's Matthew we're looking at.
Yeah.
Are you from Maui?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm from heaven, too.
From heaven. Well, I guess
Thank you.
I guess we're all from heaven.
Praise the Lord. The Holy Bible, heaven.
Uh-huh.
And in the morning, it shall be foul weather today. For the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can
Yes.
discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times?
High of 73.
I cannot discern the signs of the times.
Although it was
you?
a great album by
So
Prince,
that's
I know
the
that.
reason why we look in the Bible, because of things that God has spoken is coming to pass today.
Now, Brother Philip, we have a woman here. She is the reason we came to Maui is to do it. We do a radio show together, and but she's actually come here to get married.
Right on.
She'll be married on Monday. Monday. And do you have any advice?
wills.
Pardon?
If God wills.
If God wills.
That means I might not get married if God doesn't will
I've
it.
maintained that all along, but if God wills, you will get married on Monday. But do you have any advice for somebody getting married?
Well,
Back to the book.
like back in the book again.
Yep.
19, eh? Was it
All the
19?
answers.
Yeah?
Look at that. He knows right where to go in this book.
Yeah.
It's like he's read it before.
Not so. Right here. and said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and the twain shall be one flesh.
Okay.
You're still looking for somebody to perform the ceremony, aren't you? do you do weddings, Brother Philip?
No, I have a friend who does that.
All right. Hey, thank you so much for talking with us.
I love you. Thank you so much for
Yep. And thank you.
bless you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Brother Philip, ladies and gentlemen, spreading the word on the streets of Maui on front.
or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right.
Shall we officially begin the show?
Let's do it.
Officially beginning the show, brought to you by Strong Volkswagen of Salt Lake City. You get 100% lifetime powertrain coverage. Your factory powertrain warranty becomes a lifetime warranty online at strongbw.com.
As I was about to say. And then we'll take your check-ins at 877-602-9696, or you can text them to 33986. But here we go. The moon is 63.3% of full. We'll have a full moon on October 5th. The moon will rise today at 3:52 p.m., today being Friday. It's the 29th day of September in the year of our Lord 2017. And this is North America's most Zeppy radio broadcast. It's the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi. The senior executive producer of the Radio from Hell show is Richard Thomas Stedman, and Dylan Allred is producing video for the program today. And it looks like Nick's your buddy, Nick's your pal. Yes, the Ratfink himself is here helping out with the show as well. Now, because it is the final day of September, your Z word of the day, I put one in at the beginning there. This is North America's most Zeppy radio program. Zeppy means when something would be totally sweet if it worked, but it doesn't.
Oh.
So that's us.
Okay.
This show would be totally sweet if it worked, but it really doesn't. So we're the Zeppy radio broadcast. And your Z words of the day provided here and this is our final September
Yes.
meeting here, comes from our attorney and also from Crom, I think. Final September Z words. Zealot, a devotee of September,
Yes.
and ziggurat, or ziggurat, a Mesopotamian stairway to heaven. May the peace of September reside in your heart all the rest of your year.
Let the sun beat down upon my face. Stars fill my dream.
Well, yes, September may be coming to an end, but let's not forget that Rocktober is right around the corner.
That's right, yeah. I mean, that's...
We always have something to look forward to.
Makes us so happy when we know that. All right.
All right, let the check-ins begin.
Check-ins brought to you by X96, welcoming Warren Miller to Abravanel Hall. October 13th and 14th, more showings in Orem and Park City and Ogden. For more information, go to warrenmiller.com.
All right, 877-602-9696. Jared begins the check-in.
Hi, Jared.
Good morning, guys. Hope y'all are well.
Yeah.
Just dropped my girlfriend off at her shift, and I'm getting ready for mine.
Where does your girlfriend work?
She works, interestingly enough, for BYU Info, the kind of almost 24/7 info line. You just call into the school there and ask them any kind of random stupid question you want, and she'll answer it.
Any question about BYU or any question about anything?
About a lot of things people ask about, just random life choices, and she can, try and give you advice.
So
Wow.
So if I called her,
It's interesting.
If I called and I said, "Where can I smoke on campus?" she would be able to tell me that.
She would be able to tell you in no uncertain terms, unfortunately, where you can't smoke on
There's
campus.
nowhere you can't smoke.
But
anywhere.
I wanted to thank you guys personally for the joke yesterday, the cannibal versus a cantable joke. It just kind of struck me. I work landscaping for the LDS Church, and I was listening to the podcast, and when I heard that, I just started laughing so hard. So thank you guys. You brightened my day.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
appreciate that because the hate mail that I got
No,
for
no,
that
I
joke
love
was
that joke. That's
You know,
a
I-
great
and-
joke.
through the roof.
And I was trying to figure out a way to work in cantaloupe, but we couldn't do it. So
All right.
Oh, no, it was beautiful just the way it was. Thank you.
Thank you, Jared. Trevor.
you can either elope or you can't elope.
Trevor, go ahead.
Hi, lords and ladies.
Hi.
Hey, what are you doing today?
I am actually a fire sprinkler contractor, and I'm going to Sister Dottie's neck of the woods today.
Oh,
Down in
Spanish Fork.
Spanish Fork. Hmm.
Spanish Fork, yes, sir.
So you put these in businesses. Why don't homes have fire sprinklers? Just too
expensive?
expensive? Is it too expensive?
No, a lot of homes do up in like Park City and some around the valley, but it's only really bigger homes, and it depends on the jurisdiction.
Well, are there some jurisdictions that require homes to have fire sprinklers?
Yeah, so all of Wasatch County, actually. I actually put them in personally at a Fear Factory, too.
Oh, yeah, well, that makes sense. I need to have them there, yeah. Thanks for doing that good work and keeping people sprinkled.
All right. I want to thank you guys for everything you do, and thanks for letting me listen.
Oh, thank
See you, Trevor.
877-602-9696. Let's see. Jeremy, the liberal oil and gas guy, checking in.
Kid Con Mallory checking in. Almost recovered from Comic-Con. Legs still feel like Jell-O. A lot of walking.
Hey, Jello Legs.
Vicky and the Angel checking in.
That's that rival morning team.
Yes, Vicky and Angel checking in. Only looking for 50% today, just enough to get us to the weekend.
Ogden Shut-In here. A verified fan.
Oh, good.
Get a check mark by your name.
Yep.
Colby the Weed Man is listening. Let's see.
Checking in from Layton. It's Friday. Just give 25%.
Oh, it says from Clearfield, the moon is only giving 63.3% of its effort, so that's all I expect out of you
That's a good
guys.
answer.
Yeah.
Good answer. Jason from Cincinnati. Travelin' Trav checking in from Norfolk, Nebraska.
Checking in from Hamburg. It's only 2:30 and I need a beer.
The fatherland.
Yes. Battalion and Bill the Beta checking in. Try hard today. My CPAP mask came off in the night, and I didn't get much sleep at all.
Oh, that's irritating.
Time to finally replace the thing. My replacement came in the mail yesterday. I'm so excited.
It's always an exciting day when you get new CPAP supplies in the mail, isn't it?
It's always fun.
Oh, boy!
Lobster checking in from Raleigh, North Carolina. You know, up in Raleigh.
This show would never work outside of you.
You get that haircut up in Raleigh? All
Hey, Andy, that's a really nice haircut. Where'd you get that? Did you get that haircut up in Raleigh?
Oh, Floyd. Let's see. This is Keany. Hi, Keany.
Keany, what's up?
Hi, guys.
What's up with you?
Just checking in, getting off work, and heading to Vegas.
Where do you work? You work all night usually?
Yeah, I work graveyards. I work at TAC Air. It's a private airport down by the airport, of course.
It's a private airport down by the airport.
Okay, we're an FBO just east of the airport.
Is it where it says millionaires on the side of it or whatever it is?
Used to be Millionaire, but they got bought out and TAC Air took over.
Oh, I see. So you're heading to Vegas right this minute?
In a couple hours, yeah.
What are you going to do?
So, celebrating my anniversary with my wife. It's our first year.
You have any tickets to shows or anything lined up?
No tickets to shows. I think we're just going to go look around.
Are you taking your wife?
Maybe get some drinks,
Are you taking your wife?
What's that?
Are you taking your wife?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's their anniversary.
Well,
Why
it won't
wouldn't
be
he
quite
take
so
his
much.
wife?
It won't be quite so much fun then, But
yeah, it wouldn't be right to not take her on our anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, Gina, it was kind of a humorous remark I was making there. I know you were incredulous about that, but
'cause why would you do that?
Yeah,
All
thanks,
right, Kenny. Good luck.
Hey, I just want you guys to know I've been listening for 12 years.
I'm sorry.
And appreciate everything you guys do.
Well,
Thank you.
We appreciate it, Kenny, but remember, no refunds.
No refunds. Got
No
that.
refunds on those 12 years. I'm sorry. We
No
just
givesies.
can't do that.
No
It's
backsies.
part of the
They've been
contract.
great.
All right, Kenny.
Hey.
Thanks.
Oh, I like this. My brother's marrying a woman he's known for 2 months. Today, no effort required. He's not giving any. Happy Friday.
Gina, my guess is they'll be going to Vegas next year for their
You
anniversary.
think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brent checking in from Taylorsville. First time check in, long time listener. You guys, since I was in high school, 95 to 97.
Trying to call but not answered. Thank you for
Well-
having the worst segment of radio, and thanks for letting me listen.
Yeah.
We have one line that's dead right now.
Yeah, one of them's dead. We're
Sorry,
gonna-
there are only two
Gonna
operating.
reset that. Let's see. This is Pierce. Hello, Pierce.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Good morning.
Good
Thank
morning.
you for letting me listen.
Well, it's our pleasure.
So I was calling to check in.
Yeah.
There was a lot of action on my block last night.
I
was
know.
just wondering if you guys were going to talk about it.
You live on 5th East?
I do.
Yeah. Now, Pierce, there's not a lot of information about it other than a guy was shot by the police in the Maverick parking lot there on 5th South or 5th East and 3rd South. Do you know anything more about what happened exactly?
No, unfortunately, I can't provide anything more germane to the story. Other than there just was a ton of you know police cars and fire trucks and
We'll talk about
rubberneckers all over the place.
We'll let you know as much as
but-
we know. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and I read on KUTV this morning that apparently the assailant, or I guess the victim, was able to get the baton away from the police officer and assault him, and that's all I really know.
Okay.
Well, we'll go more
I
into
just
it in
wanted
the
to let you
news.
guys know.
Thanks. Well, we'll
Yeah,
talk
I
about
just
it coming up.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, but
Thanks,
I just
Pierce.
wanted to let you guys know
Well,
that I'm safe.
Oh, good. That's
You know,
good.
nothing happened to me.
Okay,
Good.
We're glad.
You're all
Pierce.
right.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you,
Pierce.
Pierce.
Thank God. We can't afford to
We
lose
were worried
listeners.
about Pierce.
Well, if that's that would
listen.
not Pierce necessarily, but that's one listener down.
I've seen the ratings. We can't afford to lose
That's
even
right.
one.
That's right.
Signal problems at the intersection of South Campus Drive and 15th East. This is right near Rice Eccles Stadium, which is about to get really busy with traffic. So you'll be needing to treat that as a four-way stop. That's the only incident being reported this morning so far, though. Unless you want to report one, text it to us, 33986. Get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
You know what? You know, traffic might be kind of bad over by Diamonds Direct today and tomorrow.
Oh, because it's the last days of this sale.
Yeah, the best, most amazing, incredible jewelry offer ever will end on Saturday. This
Now,
Saturday.
I suggest you go and buy an early Christmas present. Now, you can hide it away till Christmas,
Sure.
but this sale is good enough that you should take advantage of it now.
Like you could get a $4,000 diamond tennis bracelet. Would I look good in one of those?
Oh, absolutely.
I'd love one. You can get it for around maybe I'll get one for myself.
You should.
$68 a month.
You could do that.
And then hide it and you'll forget about it, and you can open it at Christmas, and what
there
a
you
wonderful gift. Thank you, me.
Pick any item at Diamonds Direct. Spread your payments over 5 years without a single dime in interest. Diamonds Direct, a lot of people are doing this. The response has been huge, but it is ending Saturday, tomorrow. So go to Diamonds Direct. They're located at 6400 South, right across the street from the Fashion Place Mall.
John Smith kicks off a 1 hour non-stop music wingding at the
is. She really, though, when it comes to crime and gruesome crime,
Yes.
you really can focus.
Yes.
So I'm going to make you look up right now from
Okay.
shopping on Amazon.
Okay.
And listen, because this is going to get you.
You have my undivided attention.
And I would warn you all, this is a very gruesome and weird story. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, that's the FBI, you know, suspected that 54-year-old Dave Murray, an employee of the Harris County Morgue, of being implicated in an organ trafficking network. Investigating several reports of missing organs and body parts, dozens of agents raided his home yesterday, hoping to find evidence of his involvement in the crimes. I'm trying to see where this exactly is. ID World Daily News is where it came from. What they found at Mr. Murray's home was a lot more disturbing than what they had expected. An FBI spokesman named Andy Ramirez described the scene. There were shelves everywhere, filled with hundreds of glass jars. And in each one of the glass jars floated a penis in formalin.
When you said organ trafficking,
Well,
I didn't think you meant
According to
organ trafficking.
According to Agent Ramirez, the accused rapidly confessed everything as soon as he was arrested. There's a picture of the man here at x96.com/live.
Wow, what was he thinking?
He explained in great detail.
Okay.
Richie, take notes.
The hair.
Hair.
And
You
the
could be very close
penises.
to-
Well, that too.
He explained in great detail
Okay.
how he had been cutting off dead men's genital organs.
So these are human.
And collecting them for more than 10 years.
10 years.
Wow.
It took the FBI more than 7 hours to gather all of the jars and other pieces of evidence that were found on the site. A dozen federal agents and the FBI's evidence response team were still identifying, collecting, and packing jars more than 6 hours after their arrival. A total of 53 criminal charges have been filed against Mr. Murray. An anonymous FBI source said that the number of charges could reach over 3,000. He is in custody and under psychiatric care.
Well, and I can't wait for the CSI episode. No, Richie, I said don't do your hair that way.
3,000 penises floating in jars.
So,
one penis per jar.
wonder if he cataloged them with.
I don't know.
I want to read the confession. I want to
Did
read.
he say, well, they weren't using them anymore? So
I think it's going to be difficult to track down the owners.
Where's he getting them?
Well, he works at the morgue.
He worked at the morgue.
Okay. Oh, so well.
All right.
Okay.
10 years, nobody noticed they were missing?
Well,
many-
listen,
many
a
questions.
penis here and there over 10 years.
It's like that Johnny Cash song, one piece at a time.
A suspect was shot and killed by Salt Lake City police yesterday, and a witness told Fox 13 that police fired their weapons after the suspect seized an officer's baton and used it to attack the cops. You heard our caller, our check-in guy, Pierce, talking about
Pierce
this.
is fine, by the way.
He's fine. He's good. Police were called to an area of 5th East and 3rd South around 4 p.m. yesterday on report of someone who was trespassing, is what they said. And they made contact with the suspect in the parking lot of Adventure's first stop, the Maverick, located right there. It would appear there was some kind of interaction between our officers and this individual. Really? Said Detective Robert Ungrecht, a spokesperson who likes to state the obvious. A witness tells Fox News they saw a police officer make contact with the man in the parking lot. The witness said they saw the man reach for the officer's belt, and he managed to pull the officer's baton out of his belt. And then he began attacking the officer with the baton. I saw the officer sustain 6 or 8 blows with his own baton. At that point, 2 or 3 other cops arrived, and they tried to stop the attacker, said the witness. He did not respond to their suggestion to stop, so they drew their guns and they fired. Police confirmed that the suspect, so far identified only as an adult male, is dead. The 2 Salt Lake City police officers, or 2 of them, were injured by the baton attack. They were in serious condition, but they'll survive. They don't at this point, there are no more details.
No
they don't
statement
know,
or anything.
you know,
Yeah.
what was the trespassing?
trespassing
was he
on
trespassing in the
Maverick?
Maverick or in somebody's apartment? Or we don't know. And we don't know who the suspect was.
Well, tragedy. The penis story
Yeah.
is false.
Oh,
What now? Come on.
It comes from WorldNewsDailyReport.com, which is apparently a well-known parody site and humor site. So,
Well, that's certainly funny. 3,000 penises. That's hilarious.
so Snopes.
I'm disappointed.
That's sad.
I wanted.
Well,
to
do you
believe.
want me to do I have to do another story for you then?
No, that's
It's
all
all
right.
right.
Gina? All right. But it was fun.
It was fun while it lasted. Yeah.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Oh, I
Less-
was so sad about hearing this yesterday.
Less than 2 weeks after her record-setting Emmy win for Veep, Julia Louis-Dreyfus announced that she has breast cancer. The news drew words of support from many, including former Vice President Uncle Joe Biden. 1 in 8 women get breast cancer, Julia Louis-Dreyfus said on Twitter. Today, I'm the one. She then immediately shifted the conversation to health care and cancer research. The good news is that I have the most glorious group of supportive and caring friends and fantastic insurance through my union with the actors.
She's
union.
making a. I mean, not that Julia Louis-Dreyfus couldn't just afford to pay for hers.
No,
she's making a wider point about
The bad,
Yeah.
well, she says the bad news, not all women are so
Yeah.
lucky to have the kind of insurance that I do. Let's fight this and make universal health care. That's a single-payer system, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make it a reality. She prefaced a social media post with the line, just when you thought everything was going to be great.
Now, remember, cancer is not a death sentence.
No, I know,
She,
but
She didn't disclose how severe it is. It could be, it could be.
yeah, I don't.
She learned that she had cancer on September 18th, the day after the Emmy Awards. That's a
I just love her.
tough thing for anybody.
She's one of my celebrities that I would be excited about meeting.
But again, it's 1 in 8 women. You know, I mean, so it's Julia Louis-Dreyfus who's high profile, and then it's some.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Some
indiscriminate.
a woman sitting in an apartment somewhere who has no insurance or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's. Let me see here. These bats. I keep meaning to look up and find out. I just haven't had quite the opportunity to do it. Bats. There were at West High School. Then there and a bunch of them turned up at Layton High School. And county health officials said that 50 people may have come into contact with the bats, many of them
touch
students.
them. Don't.
That declaration triggered a swift response from Salt Lake and Davis counties and from Gina Barberi.
Don't.
And so Salt Lake County and Davis County Health Department said, don't touch them, don't.
Even if they're dead, you can get rabies from a dead bat.
The students, so once you show symptoms for rabies, it's 100% fatal, pretty much.
Really?
Yeah. So if you get it, you're probably not going to make it, said Davis County Health Department Deputy Director David Spence. That's why it's taken so seriously. One person from West High was reportedly scratched by a bat and had to have rabies treatments, and about 40 students or adults at West High and one Layton student had received vaccinations as a precaution. But I've been meaning to look up if somehow bats are really more susceptible to rabies. I'm going to guess that it's a problem in bat colonies because they live in such proximity to one another that they spread it among themselves really quickly. And that's the big problem. Like if one bat gets it, they all get it. You know? It's my guess anyway. And finally this.
Yes.
And then we have to do, what are we doing, Geek News?
Raccoons have more rabies than bats do, Bill. And I know how you hate the raccoons.
I hate the raccoons.
I love raccoons.
I hate them. Crystal Harris may not inherit anything from her late husband, Hugh Hefner.
Really?
Who died of natural causes at the age of 91. There was nothing natural about him. A source exclusively told Us Weekly in 2013 that the legendary magazine publisher and the model, who was 31 years old, signed an ironclad prenup agreement. before their wedding at the Playboy Mansion in December of 2012. She has not been added to the pre-existing will. Instead, his massive fortune has been promised to his children. And he has a
What'd
huge...
she marry him for, then?
Well, here's
I'm sure
what I'm
they
guessing.
were deeply in love.
Here's what I'm guessing. So his fortune's going to his kids, the University of Southern California Film School, and a variety of charities. It says $43 million was his worth in 2013. Here's what I'm guessing. That she thinks or knows that the kids like her. That his kids like her.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's easy to say before somebody dies. Afterwards, the kids might go, yeah.
Well, they might, but she
no.
might, but they might also like her and say, you took care of our dad in his last years, and here's a little stipend for you, and thanks for doing that. So, all right.
Sports weather traffic?
Oh, it's official. I know you were wondering whether Justin Timberlake was going to perform at Super Bowl halftime. It's official now. He will be there. So mark your calendars, Bill. Mm-hmm. I know how much you love not only the halftime show, but Justin Timberlake. Real Salt Lake, they are back in playoff contention, and they play LA Galaxy on the road Saturday, 8:30 p.m.
The halftime show, just to go back to that quickly, it's only good for one thing. Get up and get me a beer and some more 7-layer dip.
Yeah, so that's sports.
All right.
Brought to you by Snowbird's Annual Oktoberfest. Escape for the whole weekend with the Oktoberfest Getaway Package, including lodging, daily breakfast, all-day activity pass from $105 per person per night. Get all the details at snowbird.com. Even warmer and nicer today. 73, sunny, lovely. Traffic, you might want to avoid 123rd South eastbound. There's a terrible crash affecting traffic in all directions. Once again, 123rd South eastbound. This is at about, looks like 3rd West or so. Traffic lights are not working. 15th East South Campus Drive. This is right by Rice-Eccles Stadium. Treat that as a 4-way stop. That's traffic.
Right. Thank you very much.
So
yes,
I am very proud of my daughter, Jonesy.
What?
We know that.
I mean, just in general, but more specifically. So she's in 6th grade, and her little brother, Muhammad, is in 4th grade.
That makes her what, 12?
11.
11. Okay.
Her little brother, Muhammad's in 4th grade. He's 9. And there's been an issue at school for the 4th grade class. Muhammad's class about boys and girls being able to play together at recess.
This is an issue?
Well, they don't want them to, maybe.
They don't want them to because they're worried that the girls will get hurt. So
oh, come on!
I know.
You know what?
I know.
In the 4th grade, guess who got hurt? Me, because the
Right.
girls kept chasing me.
And this is a class. This is a very close class, and by close I mean all the boys and girls are friends. They all hang out together on
How
the
many?
weekends. About 30, 32, 33.
Well, then that's stupid.
And so they'll start to play together at recess, and then they're broken up, and the girls are told to go over here, and the boys are told to go over
Well,
here.
maybe has there been a problem that they know of? Maybe. Nobody's saying?
All of the moms have talked to each other, and nobody has said, yes, there was an issue. We pretty much are all in agreement that this is silly.
Okay.
And so Muhammad was talking about it at dinner the other night, saying, I really like to, we like to play with them. And
That's because the girls chase me.
And Jonesy got a bee in her bonnet. She said,
What? Oh, I'm sorry.
She said, that's it. I'm organizing a protest.
Oh.
And she went to her computer, and I have it here, and I had Dylan take a picture of it, and he can put this up at x96.com/live. But I will read it to you.
Did you take all the contact information
Yes,
off
I
of
did.
it?
Are they all going to take a knee?
There we go.
Yeah. And it says at the top, support equality, come join the protest, discuss with your parents.
Yeah, we want you to be responsible about
This
your
is my
protesting.
daughter. This is my daughter. What is this protest for? This protest is for all the fantastic fourth grade students who believe that both girls and boys should be able to play together. This includes all of your favorite games like Flies Up, basketball, and so many others.
What is Flies Up? Is that where the girls point to the boys and say, hey, zip your fly up?
No, that's no. Where will it be? The protest will be outside at lunch recess. When will it be? It will be held next Thursday. It will be expected of you to follow these guidelines on this date. Keep the sheet to remind you then. This is my expectations.
Good Lord, what a minder.
On this date, all of you that have decided that playing with both boys and girls is the right thing to do are to line up on the wall next to the library and stand there quietly, both boys and girls together for the whole recess. If a teacher or the principal comes over, respectfully inform them of our cause and continue to stand there quietly. We are all friends that should be able to play together. Message from Mohammed and Jonesy Jones. So her idea, at lunch recess, if we can't play together, then we're not going to play at all, and we're all going to stand here quietly against the wall. And she's talking about this with the kids.
Now,
and
is this
they're
coming
all,
up? It's a protest coming up?
She talked about the kid. The kids are all for it, and not just fourth grade. Other grades were going to get involved too. And I shared this with a couple of moms, saying, just to let you know, Jonesy wants to do this.
My muckraking child is...
And did any of the mothers say, well, that's it, she's not playing with my kids anymore?
No, they were all like, this is great. And this is great because...
Which are liberal Catholics.
It's not disrupting school. They're not walking out of class. They're not... This is just at lunch recess, we're going to stand quietly against the wall. And I said, I think this is great. I fully support you. She even said, I'm going to take a copy of it to the student council and show them what I'm planning on doing. Well, the principal found out about it.
Oh, okay.
And
is it one of those nuns with a ruler?
No. And she's fabulous. I love our principal. She runs a great school. And part of the reason she runs a great school is she's very strict about things. And she went into Jonesy's class, and I don't know how she found out about it.
Somebody's a snitch. Find out who the snitch is, and then get rid of them.
And she said to Jonesy's class, I understand there's a protest scheduled, and I just wanted you to know that anybody that participates in it will be suspended.
Boo! Boo!
For standing against a wall.
Well, and here's what I think. I think she just heard there was going to be a protest. I think she didn't.
Get
and
the
that's
details.
partially why I'm talking about it here, and I'm going to talk to her about it in person. I think she must not have heard the specifics of it.
I don't think it matters to her.
But so Jonesy came home and told me this, and I said, if it were just you and you got suspended, I would support you in that. I think this is a good cause.
Well,
this
then
is a
that's
good
what
thing to get support.
That's what she should do.
But
she should go out and stand against the wall by herself.
But it doesn't. But I said I don't want to hear from other parents calling me saying my kid was suspended because your kid organized this thing.
So you're putting the kibosh on the protest too. What good is a protest unless there's opposition?
I know. And I would be proud of her if she got suspended.
If it were a protest, it's not a protest if the school goes, okay, go ahead.
But the principal, and we get a principal's letter from her, a couple times a month, and she commented on it in the principal's letter and said, I just want you to understand the reason I have this policy is I want our kids to be safe. And I get that. I get she's worried about that, and I appreciate that. And I told Jonesy, I said, you know what? Your protest worked in a way even before it happened because the principal heard about it and commented about it.
Are they letting the kids play together?
Well, no.
No.
I would say that the principal would have a hard time justifying suspending a kid for standing up against a wall.
I would say that the principal would have a hard time justifying suspending all of them.
And
if they all did it,
Yeah.
I just think I think she just heard protest and was picturing kids walking out of class.
Jonesy,
that's
go.
not what it was.
No, Jonesy, do it. Get all of the kids to do it. They won't suspend.
They won't suspend everybody.
And it's not disrupting anything.
No.
It's just sending a message.
And you tell the principal, listen, they're going to do it. Go ahead and suspend them for standing against the wall. Good luck with that. But finally, This doesn't mean you have to change your policy.
No.
You know, you can still be a dick about it if you want.
And that's what I told Jonesy. I said, you know what? It's already worked because the conversation is starting. She's talking about it. She's talking to the parents about it. So you've already,
Jonesy,
you've
if you're
already
listening,
done some.
do it anyway. Do it.
But I am very proud of her because this wasn't even her issue. This isn't something she was doing for herself. She's doing it for future president of the United States, Jonesy Jones.
You know, I did a protest in 7th grade, and it did not go well. I started a petition to get Mr. Petty, the 7th grade Utah history teacher, thrown out of school, because he would be physically abusive to students, you know, and he was a terrible guy. And I got in big trouble for that, starting this petition to have Mr. Petty removed. But, and I was threatened with suspension. I didn't get suspended. But I believe Mr. Petty, after that, somebody must have given him a talking to because
so it worked.
He stopped.
So it worked.
He stopped some of his practices.
Just what I needed, a lecture from liberal Hollywood.
Crash eastbound 123rd South and Draper at the intersection of 265 West in front of the Chevron there. Multiple lanes are closed. Expect increasing delays in that area. Lights are out. 15th East South Campus Drive. Treat that as a 4-way stop. That's traffic.
All right. Thank you very much.
Snitches get stitches. Remember that? Whoever ratted her out.
This will go down on your permanent record.
I'm proud of her.
All right. Let's see. We'll be back in a few moments with question of the day. And round one of your boner voting, KXRK Provo. New episode every Monday at GeekShowPodcast.com, the X96 app, iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play, and YouTube. Find us searching Geek Show as one word. Geek Show. You wanted to see us at Salt Lake Comic-Con but just couldn't make it? Well, I'll take you there. Our latest episode is Geek Show's Comic-Con panel recorded live in room 151D in the Salt Palace in front of hundreds of people. But be warned, it's still very not safe for work.
GeekShowPodcast.com.
Hey, this is Todd Newcomb. Now, maybe you'll protect these items.
Radio from Hell with Carrie, Bill, and Gina. 96.3 FM, X96.
Last week, these little girls came up to me.
Ow.
They come running up to me, and they go, and I mean, they're like 12 years old or 11, and they go, Are you Bill Allred? And I said, yeah. And they said, do you remember us? And I said, no. And they said, you threw us out of that garage in your backyard a couple of weeks ago.
What? You had kids in your garage?
Not my garage, my neighbor. She has this old garage, and the top of it.
No, do you have an infestation?
Yeah.
Is it
like little girls?
That's what it was like. It was an infestation of little girls. And the old garage has like a top place that you can walk up some stairs and go into a second story, but it's just ramshackle. You know, you can see through the ceiling and the floorboard.
You ought not be walking around.
It's more of a shack than anything.
Yeah, and I realized there were some kids up there so I went over, and there were these little girls in there trying to clean it up and make a playhouse out of it. You know, and
a fort. We want a fort.
Yeah, and I was nice to them because I said I know how attractive this is. To want to do this, but it's really not safe. Plus, it's filthy. And I mean, they had cleaning equipment in there and all of this kind of stuff. And I said, it's really not safe.
Yeah.
So and there were other kids coming down my driveway and stuff to go up there with them. And I said, so come on out and please don't do it anymore. And you know, they haven't. I could have I was going to put a lock on the door for my neighbor. And I haven't gotten around to it, but I don't think anybody's been up there since.
Yeah.
At least I don't think so. But then apparently there were some older kids who recognized me, apparently. So they were just really excited that they had been thrown out.
Kicked us out.
They kicked us out of that place.
Does that mean Jonesy's going to scream like that someday? No! Is that what?
Probably.
Is that what girls do?
Yeah.
Hi. Being there for kids is super good fun.
Who is that? Who is? Who is that that says super good fun?
It's a PSA for some kid thing.
But you don't know who it is?
Nope.
Hi. Being there for kids is super good fun.
All it takes is a little know-how.
All it takes is a little know-how. Yeah, super good fun.
96.3 FM, X96. Twitter. Follow us at Radio from Hell.
All right. 7:04 right now. Is this sponsored? Gene?
Yes, best question of the week is sponsored by Prohibition, an all-new restaurant and bar in Murray, north of Fashion Place Mall. Weekends are a roaring good time at Prohibition. Events and information at prohibitionutah.com. And we have a Prohibition gift card for the submitter of this best question of the week.
Okay.
All right. Best question of the week.
It really was. Did you look at a bunch?
There's actually that file. There's quite a few good ones now.
Huh.
Didn't used to be that way.
All right.
We used to get some like this. What's your favorite button on the remote? This is not a good...
No.
It's not the best
Well,
question.
actually, my favorite is the one that sends you back to the channel you were at before. So you can go back and forth. That's my favorite button on. You like that one too? Yeah, everybody? Yeah. Okay.
Here's another one.
I don't have one.
Can we get new Radio from Hell 7 days a week? It's not, not the best question.
Because it's dumb. That's a dumb question.
Here's one. Can you snorkel longer than you can hold your breath?
What do you...
All three of these were from one guy. Jared, these are not the best questions. But this is the best question of the week. Please don't use my name, but they will win the gift card.
Okay.
Carrie, Bill, and Gina, what advice would you give to get through/over a divorce? How did you know it was time to start dating again? So it's like two-part question.
Well, I started dating before the divorce.
That's not the best advice.
Well, I mean, I'm not the only one.
So
right,
what?
Dick?
So what advice would you give to get through/over a divorce? That's the first part of the question.
I mean, it's a hard question because it depends on who wanted the divorce.
Yeah.
If you wanted it, you're fine with it before it happened.
But it's never pleasant, no matter who wants it.
But using that logic, maybe this person did not want the divorce because
it's harder.
This person is looking for advice to get through/over.
My divorce was the least contentious divorce I ever have known in my life. I mean, it really was not contentious at all. It was, okay, we really should end this, shouldn't we? Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Let's go to a mediator, an arbitrator. Do you agree to do this, Bill? Do you pay for this and do this and this? Yeah, I do. Okay, you're divorced. Simple.
As the most recently divorced member of the Radio from Hell show, might I give this suggestion? Don't compare yourself and your situation to anyone else. A lot of times people will say, oh, well, it's time. Like they'll put these arbitrary timelines of 6 months, wait 6 months before you date. Or, you should really be doing better at life right now and you've been out 6 months. Your relationship and how it ended is individual to you.
Yep.
And it's nearly impossible to not compare to other people, but you really need to focus on that because otherwise you'll drive yourself crazy going, well, why am I not sleeping through the night? Why am I,
Don't most people date before their divorce is final?
Not necessarily.
I mean, really?
Not necessarily. And I don't think you should until my opinion is you should be completely done with that and put it to bed.
With what? Put it to bed? That's what I'm talking about.
Get that marriage and all of the baggage that Richie's talking about, the emotional stuff, get that all done before you date.
So you're suggesting that people wait 20 or 30 years?
I'm saying you shouldn't
Clark again knows what I'm talking about.
You shouldn't get involved in something else when you're still dealing with this thing. That's not fair to the other person.
I'm glad you can compartmentalize like that. There are people who, you get married again, but you still have issues. You just do.
I think it's better the more you can be done with that.
In an ideal divorce world, you're right.
Well, they're asking for it. My advice is to try to be as close to that as possible.
Well, and the other point, depending on what kind of divorce it is, too, like I've known people that they've started down the divorce process and like they were going to try and figure it out and sort of reconcile, right? And because one of them started dating the other one, reconciliation became a messy.
Yeah.
They couldn't do it, right? Because he's like, well, I'm sort of now involved in this, and it became messy.
Well, I'm living with this other woman. I guess we probably ought to.
I'm not a good person to talk to about the whole divorce situation because I looking back, I thought I was doing the right thing, and really I don't know if I did because I started planning my departure about 2 years before it happened.
2 years?
Secretly.
Secretly.
Yeah. Without discussing
it with her.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just get...
I decided I wanted to make sure that she was all set. I wanted to make sure that her car was paid for. I wanted to make sure that she had rent for the apartment for 6 to 8 months.
That was nice then.
But then I just announced one Sunday morning. I went, by the way,
He had a checklist and he went, yep, there's the last one. Hey, guess what?
It was Sunday morning, and I started packing my stuff, and I said, I'm moving in with the trailer with Dom.
And she had no idea?
She didn't know, no.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, the preparation stuff sounds good.
I said, here, all of this is yours.
You're right.
I'm taking my comic books and
you never had
my
a discussion
toys.
about getting
Never had a
divorced.
discussion. I said, I'm taking this VCR. You still have a VCR. And so I'm gone.
In some ways, what you did was really nice, and in other ways,
it was not.
That would be so hard to get over because it's like, well, I thought we were, but now you're gone.
But
okay.
I can still smell your aftershave.
Now, as far as the how do you know when it's time to start dating again, that I can't tell you. I can tell you, don't do what I did, and because it was the mistake I made with my first marriage. She thought for sure she could change me.
Mm-hmm.
I thought for sure I could change the girls that I started dating.
No.
And that was the mistake I made. So don't do that.
Is this question from a man or a woman?
A woman.
A woman.
Then you married a strong woman who you couldn't change even if you wanted to.
Exactly.
Well,
yeah. See, I made the mistake of dating. I know that there are things about my life that are no compromise. I mean, like I don't want any kids. I've always known that. The religion and the politics, they're set in stone, so and so why did I date a Mormon girl for a while?
Mm-hmm.
Why did I date the single mothers? Why did I do that?
Right.
I shouldn't.
Well, because they were available.
And there was that.
Know yourself.
The single mothers were really available. Oh yeah. They are. There are a lot of them out there, and they're looking for.
I was a single mother. I know.
They're looking for husbands, and they're looking for love, and they're looking for somebody to take care of their kids.
Our attorney Wade Taylor stepping in.
Oh,
he's a divorce attorney.
I think go talk to a divorce attorney when you start dating again. Let them do a background check to see if it's a good option. Oh,
well,
there you go. Thank you, Wade.
All right. And see Wade Taylor, too.
Yes.
That would be good advice.
Exactly. All right.
Happy divorce. It can be a good thing.
Here's our winner.
Doesn't sound like she's too
No,
happy
it'll
at
be
this
good.
point.
You'll look back and go, oh, thank God
Yeah.
I'm not in that anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah. Richie's dated everyone.
All right, there we go. Let's.
Crash southbound I-15 at 90th South, the off-ramp there. Crash northbound I-15 29th South. Crash eastbound 123rd South at 265 West and Draper. The right lane is closed there. Signal problems, flashing intersection, all directions. South Campus Drive, 15th East. This is the intersection right by Rice Eccles Stadium. That'll be nice and difficult as people are getting to school. Crash 35th South Decker Lake. Left lane is closed there. That's traffic.
All right.
We got Boners Round 1 coming up. Here are your candidates. Number 1, no good deed goes unpunished. Number 2, if you want a picture with an officer, just ask. And number 3, racist? Oh, come on. What's racist about it?
These boners and big boy news all coming up. Stand by.
You know, if there were a divorce in my family, my wife would get the mattress.
Well,
is that in your...
The Mattress Firm mattress.
I'm sure she would fight you for it, but,
Yes.
but don't say this to her. Say, well, but they make it so affordable to get into a Mattress
Get your
Firm
own new
mattress.
one.
I'll just go to Mattress Firm and get another one.
And then you can get a new one.
You probably haven't got a new mattress in a long time anyway. It's time.
Most people, yeah. Mattress Firm's semi-annual sale, your all the favorite brands you can imagine are on sale at Mattress Firm. Beauty Rest, Hampton and Rhodes. For instance, how about this one? The Hampton and Rhodes Pillow Top Queen mattresses. They start at just $299.99. We had a call a couple of months ago from a guy who was in college, and he had an apartment and just was sleeping on, I think, a futon. And he said, "What?" And we said, "Go to Mattress Firm." He called us back and said, "I did go to Mattress Firm. I was able to get something inexpensive. Thank you, thank you, thank you."
Yep.
It's their semi-annual sale. Go to mattressfirm.com. I can guarantee you'll find a store very near you.
Hey, it's Corey O'Brien, and every Sunday night at 9 p.m. I play a full hour of new music for you. Alternative. This week, an amazing band out of the UK signed to the 1975 label.
Okay, the shop sells. It's called How would you say that with all of those
Celebrities.
Celebrities.
Yeah, I drug you guys over here. You were just going to walk on by Celebrities Gallery, featuring artwork by John Lennon, Miles Davis, Ronnie Wood, Tony Bennett, David Bowie, Picasso, and others.
Picasso's best rock star of them all.
By the way, it's featuring, what does it say? Artwork. It's featuring overpriced prints of artwork by.
No, that's real.
Well, it's real in the sense that it's, well, for instance, there are a bunch of John Lennon things in there, which Yoko Ono took the originals and had copies made of the originals and then put print numbers on them and selling them.
Bitch.
My point exactly.
There was some
something for you in there.
Well, yeah, there was some artwork by David Bowie in there, and it was it looked like a
which Yoko Ono took and copied and put
it's
numbers.
But again, it's mass.
So it's not cool.
But it was David Bowie did a painting of Festus. I swear it was Festus.
Festus?
No.
Well, I mean, he was all white and pale and alone.
And alone. No, but so what if it's I mean, they only make so many of the prints, right? Or it's only cool if you can get the original.
It's hard to say.
There was a yeah.
I mean, it really is. It's hard to say. You know, a lot of them say, it's number 475 out of a run of 1,000. but how many runs of 1,000 did they do? I mean,
they may have stopped and then did another run.
Yeah,
that's how they can say a run of 1,000.
I mean, it's okay stuff. I mean, I mean, I wouldn't buy it, but
I mean, there was a really cool colored pencil John Belushi
with
in
his
there.
shirt open and his gut hanging out.
Shirt open. Yeah, that was a great thing, but it was easily $450.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. And there was one thing in there I really liked. They had Hawaiian shirts, silk Hawaiian shirts. They were about $70-$80 a shirt, but they were they're copies of shirts that celebrities have worn. Like there's one that shows a picture of Dustin Hoffman and John Lovitz standing together, and John Lovitz is wearing this Hawaiian shirt with pineapples on it, and you can buy that.
You can buy that
copy
shirt.
Of that shirt. Yeah.
I want to buy Dustin Hoffman's shirt. I don't want to buy John Lovett's shirt.
Either way, they'll both have little black curly hairs inside of them, okay? And then here's the question I had, is that there was a whole bunch of drawings of the Rolling Stones, and right in the middle there was this big one of Don Knotts, and I'm wondering why they decided to put Don Knotts in the middle.
That was not Don Knotts. That was Todd of Todd and Aaron. No, it was.
Jagger.
Oh, is that who it was?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sure look like Don Knotts.
Well, the older he gets, the closer they look.
I mean, 1960s Don Knotts.
Really?
Yeah.
By the way, Uncle Todd, I always thought you looked like Mick Jagger, not Don Knotts.
That was the joke he was making.
Yeah.
Let's make it perfectly clear.
Honest.
All right, 7:19 right now. Time for round one of your boner voting. This is 3 news stories, examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. Boner means mistake, of course. We'll give you 2 candidates now, then a third after the news. Now, once you've heard all 3, you'll consider and you'll vote. You need to decide which of these 3 is the worst, which one of these 3 will go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. Just because they win here doesn't make them boner of the day anymore. They have to face off against the winner of round 2.
It's twice as hard to be boner of the day now.
Round 2 happens at 8:20. We'll be ready for that. Do we have anything for our random boner voter?
We do. Tickets to see Cake live at the Eccles Wednesday, October 4th, Eccles Theater, downtown Salt Lake. Tickets are on sale at liveattheeccles.com and at the Eccles Theater box office.
All right. Here's, excuse me, I was just putting one last news story in here. Here's boner candidate number 1. No good deed goes unpunished. This is really, that aphorism is really demonstrated by this. An Idaho woman was confronted by the police after she broke a glass door to help rescue a child from a burning truck. Truck driver, and her name, that's her, x96.com/live. She's a truck driver.
Okay.
Unfortunately, her first name is Tequila.
Oh.
Tequila.
How is it spelled? Like tequila?
Like tequila.
Really?
Tequila Isaacson was at a rest stop in Snoqualmie Pass, Washington. This was on Sunday, when she noticed a family trying to get their child out of a burning pickup truck in the parking lot.
How scary.
Ms. Isaacson, Tequila, reached for a fire extinguisher while someone searched for a fire extinguisher while someone called 911. She was unable to find one until she noticed a fire extinguisher behind the locked door of Red Mountain Coffee.
Okay.
The coffee shop there in the rest stop. She walked back around the side of the building, saw the fire had spread and was coming from underneath the truck. That's when she says she returned to her own truck, grabbed a metal fence post that she had on the truck, and broke the glass and broke open the door of the coffee shop.
She's a hero.
I got to put the fire out. Everyone was safe before the 911 call was completed, Ms. Isaacson wrote. The entire ordeal lasted about 5 minutes. When the first responders arrived, Isaacson told them, I broke that glass door in the coffee shop. Instead of responding with thanks, a Washington State Patrol trooper said, using a fire extinguisher without permission is theft, no matter how good the intentions.
Oh, really?
No,
He outright stated that unless I was willing to pay for it right then and there, he would charge me with burglary.
Burglary? No.
Now, the Washington State Police Patrol admitted a trooper did speak with Ms. Isaacson regarding who would be responsible for this damage.
She's a hero.
That's ridiculous. That's someone just being a dick.
Yeah. Boner candidate number one.
So he wanted them to stand there while this child was in a burning car and say, I'm sorry, I can't do anything.
Boner candidate number one, no good deed goes unpunished.
Ooh.
Boner candidate number two, if you want a picture with an officer, all you got to do is ask. A Florida man who posted a picture of himself standing on a deputy's car found himself later in the back seat of that same car. Brandon Temples, 19 years old, climbed onto the hood of the patrol car, stuck his middle fingers up in the air, and captioned it, F the police, and then posted the image on Facebook.
Oh, there it is. X96.com/live. That's pretty clear.
Wow.
There he is.
And
with his name.
That's just stupid.
Yeah. Mr. Teeples left behind about $360 worth of damage to the patrol car and photo evidence on social media. He was arrested at his home.
Good.
After the arrest, the deputy said, well, Brandon liked Deputy Nixon's car a lot. And Facebook posts, he likes that a lot too. So we were happy to oblige him with a ride. And then they went on to say, if you want to pose for a picture with one of our deputies and one of their patrol cars, all you have to do is ask. We're pretty awesome, and we're pretty reasonable.
That's funny.
Boner candidate number two, if you want a picture with an officer, all you have to do is ask.
There you go.
Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number three, racist. Oh, come on. What's racist about it?
All right. So far, it seems pretty difficult to choose which
wait
one
till
will
you
be
hear. Wait till you hear
put
this
round one. I imagine number three will be even more interesting. Big Boy News Now brought to you by.
Save 30% off a new 2017 Chevy Silverado, Malibu, or Cruise at Utah's #1 selling Chevy dealer, Riverton Chevy, online at rivertonchevy.com.
Now, Gina, I know you're over there looking at your computer. Are you ordering something on Amazon? Is that?
I'm not. I was getting
shopping?
a sports story ready.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, let me see if I can divert your attention with this story.
I'm looking.
A missing British hiker who's dismembered.
Oh, now you got me.
Yeah. Isn't that a great word, by the way?
Dismembered.
Are you membered?
You're membered.
I'm
when
membered right now?
When you have your arms and your legs, you are membered. And then when they are removed, you are dismembered.
If you're missing one or two, are you semi-membered?
I think you're dismembered. You're dismembered. Okay. If you're missing just one, you're dismembered. A British hiker whose dismembered fleshless remains were found in the hills of Greece was probably attacked by wolves while walking alone on a remote path and then torn apart and devoured.
You see why I don't walk along on a remote path?
The coroner said.
You see why I don't walk
Yeah, you see how that works? You would have had a chance. I mean, the coroner said is not incredibly important,
No.
but still. Coroner Nikos Kafnidis, I love Greek names, Kafnidis, told the Associated Press that both the woman's thigh bones had been cracked open by bites and large sections of her body are simply missing. Celia Hollingsworth was probably killed by wolves, he said. The remains were discovered on Saturday near the village of Pretoria in Thrace. So there's not much more to the story than that.
No, but
she was hiking alone and vicious wolves got her.
Never do that.
Utah officials, health officials, submitted their intentions to close an insurance program for children in low and middle income families if Congress doesn't reauthorize funding.
Yep.
The State Division of Medicaid and Health Financing sent a letter September 15th to the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, which outlined its plan to close its Children's Health Insurance Program, CHIP, if Congress fails to renew its funding by the deadline Saturday, tomorrow. Without the necessary federal dollars, Division spokesman Colby Young said the program's funding will run out by the end of the year. The federal and state program provides wellness exams, immunizations, doctor's visits, prescriptions, other forms of health care to nearly 20,000 children in Utah. The kids typically come from families that make too much to qualify for Medicare or Medicaid and the federal and state insurance program for low-income people. That's what it is. The 2016 CMS data showed that CHIP provided health insurance for more than 9 million children nationwide. Senator Orrin Hatch teamed up with Democrat Senator Edward Kennedy in 1997 to create CHIP. The longtime Republican lawmaker has touted the bipartisan effort that's provided health coverage for vulnerable children as a moral responsibility. On September 12th, the Senate Finance Committee, which Hatch leads, announced an agreement to continue funding the plan for another 5 years, though it has yet to go to a vote.
Think of the children.
Speaking of Orrin Hatch, did you get your "Be Nice to Each Other" letter from him yet?
No.
I haven't.
Let me dig it out.
Yeah.
Be nice to each other letter?
Tom Price says he's the Health and Human Services Secretary, says he will reimburse the government for the cost associated with all of his chartered flights, and he will take no more of them while he's on the job. Today, I will write a personal check to the U.S. Treasury for the expense of my travel on private charter planes. The taxpayers won't pay a dime for my seat on those planes, Price said in a statement Thursday.
Did you catch that? My seat.
Yeah.
Oh, not for the whole flight?
Well, it's a charter jet. I don't know.
No, he's going to pay for his seat.
Referring to costs associated with my travel and my seat, however, Price suggested he may not reimburse taxpayers for the total cost of all the flights, which includes charges for fuel, taxes, and additional fees.
When you charter a plane, you charter the whole plane, not just your seat. That's you dick.
$400,000. By the way, I didn't realize this, but Tom Price, when he was in Congress, he was the one who kept going after Nancy Pelosi for doing too many charter flights when she was she was Speaker of the House.
Well,
using private planes too much.
He had to get to lunch with his son.
And President Donald Trump's chief economic advisor, Gary Cohn, the former Goldman Sachs president, worth an estimated $266 million, appears to be completely clueless about what the average American family spends on a car, on vacation, or home improvements. Hours after falsely claiming that the wealthy are not getting a tax cut under Trump's tax reform plan.
That's a lie.
They are.
Yes.
Cohn appeared at a White House press briefing and spoke to what middle-class Americans like us, like most of the people listening to this show, have to look forward to. Based on the administration's assumptions, he said, a typical family that has 2 children and earns $100,000 per year. So that's probably not, I mean, there are a lot of you out there who don't even make that much. Can expect an annual tax savings of approximately $1,000. If we allow a family to keep another $1,000 of their income, well, what does that mean? It means they can renovate the kitchen, They can buy a new car. They can take a family vacation. They can increase their lifestyle.
$1,000.
Renovate the kitchen. Maybe.
Buy a car.
No, for $1,000.
No, you can you can get new fixtures, maybe.
New faucet for the sink.
No,
and,
he's completely out of touch. He doesn't know how much a gallon of milk costs.
I don't think so.
You know, that old measuring stick that they used to use.
You know, the tax plan that Team Trump said would generate so much economic growth and would significantly lower the deficit. Well, major banks in the country have looked at it and said, we don't think so.
Yeah.
Banks who are generally, you would think, being Donald Trump supporters, we think that there will be $2 trillion worth of growth, so we think the tax plan will cut down the deficit by maybe $1 trillion, said Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, based on nothing. Based on nothing, he says, we think there will be $2 trillion worth of growth. But the Center for a Responsible Federal Budget has estimated the GOP's plan would add $2.2 trillion to the deficit. Bank of America didn't see anything in the tax plan that would change its economic outlook, according to Business Insider.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much in that tax.
It's
if you read the wealthy are not getting a tax cut under our plan. They said. They went out before the cameras and said that.
Just the estate tax alone. That's only one part of it.
The Trump tax plan drops the top bracket from 39.6 to 35%. That's a tax cut. Allows for the possibility of a 25% top rate. That's a tax cut. It presumably would also eliminate the 3.8% Obamacare tax on investment income. That's a tax cut. No, we're not. The wealthy's not getting any tax cuts.
You know, you can't just say things like that.
No, they do all the time.
Well, that's how they got elected. Yeah. You know, they think they can continue now that they're elected, just saying things and getting away with it.
We think this tax plan will cut the deficit by $1 trillion. We think. We have they provide no evidence of that.
How do you?
And economic analysts say, no, it'll probably add to the deficit.
How do you cut taxes and
eliminate the deficit?
How? What? Which part? I'm
Gina,
not very good at math, but that seems like you need more money coming in.
You know what the best hope for 2020 is?
What's that?
Oprah.
Hey, I'll vote for her. Sure, why not?
Oprah would be a great president.
At this point, yeah, sure.
There is a huge article today in the New York Post.
I read it.
That says the best hope for the Democrats in 2020 is if Oprah runs for president.
And Oprah retweeted it. Oprah's not saying no.
I read through the article thinking, oh, come on, really? But as I read through it, it kind of made sense that she not only... Now, I don't know if she'd make a good president, but, you know, because she's just a showbiz person, a television personality. Oh, wait a minute. We have one of those in office right now. But as I read through it, her chances of winning sounded actually plausible, the way they laid it out. So we'll see.
I'd vote for her.
We'll maybe talk about it a little bit more later.
I'm with her, too.
And do you know that 8-legged aliens are crawling all over your face right now, Gina? They are.
8-legged.
I hope Dylan has some.
Any.
I know. I hope Dylan has some pictures of these. I heard this story a couple of weeks ago, and I've been meaning to look it up and give it to you. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of mites.
I don't have mites.
Yes, you do.
No,
they are crawling on your face right now.
No,
they
I don't
live
have
in your
mites.
ears,
No.
your eyebrows, your eyelashes. They live on your nipples
No.
and your pubic hair.
No.
For most people, the mites are completely harmless, but it can cause some skin and eye irritations, such as rosacea or blepharitis, which is, and it can cause eczema as well. But there are 4 distinct types of face mites, and that's the only place they live. And when scientists look at them, they can tell what region of the world you come from.
Based on my mites?
Yep, based on your African face mites differ from Asian face mites, and so do European and Latin American face mites. Do you have any pictures of those, Dylan?
Yeah, he showed it.
Did he? They are really
I don't have them.
They're creepy. Yeah,
I would know. I have one of those makeup mirrors. That's the
really close,
3 times up.
It's called magnification,
yeah.
Gina.
I got one of those.
Yeah.
What I would do is ask your scientist husband, honey, do I have face mites?
He would tell me no. He wouldn't want to disturb me.
He probably would. He'd probably say,
no, honey, you don't.
Here's what I found out about those mirrors.
What?
Because I have one. It's on a stand.
Yeah.
And it flips. There's a regular mirror on the other side.
Right.
When people come over and use my bathroom, inevitably the mirror is flipped to the regular side. People don't like those mirrors.
I love those mirrors.
I don't like
I spend
I
hours
like
in
them.
those.
Yeah.
You can find hairs you never knew you had.
I don't like them. And it's probably pretty obvious looking at me. I don't use them.
You need to look at yourself a little closer.
I know. Well, I have face mites.
You don't want to see those.
I don't want to see them. All right, let's get on with it here. We'll get to boner candidate number 3.
Sports, weather, traffic, or weather and traffic, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I just a reminder that Real Salt Lake on the road Saturday, 8:30 p.m. In town. Well, not in town. It's up in Logan. That's your neck of the woods, Dick Clark. Utah State BYU game.
Just in case you forgot where you live, Dick.
That's sports brought to you by Sean Hogan and Everest Collision. They want you and your loved ones to get home safe and sound. Stop texting and driving. Download the Everest Collision app responsibly. Let's see. We've still got that issue at the Rice-Eccles Stadium. The intersection right there. Flashing lights treated as a 4-way stop. Crash 35th South Decker Lake in Salt Lake. The left lane is closed there. Crash southbound I-15 90th South off-ramp. Crash northbound I-15 29th South. Center lane is closed there. Crash eastbound 123rd South 265 West. The right lane is closed there. That's traffic brought to you by Get Unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback Credit Card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org. Weather, I forgot. It's nice, 73.
Okay.
I don't really regurgitate liberal talking points as somebody has texted. I don't regurgitate them. I just say them. I don't pretend that they're my own.
No.
Those things that I were reading to you were from people who understand the budget and understand tax plans. And that's I don't.
But if you call it regurgitating liberal talking points, then immediately it diminishes everything.
No.
Even though you're repeating stuff that experts have said.
Wait. Does he know that's what news is? Is you
No, he doesn't.
relaying information that you got from somewhere?
No, it's all about winning the argument or upsetting the other person.
I know nothing about taxes and tax plans.
Exactly.
That's why I have to look the stories up
Yes.
and read about them.
Exactly.
And then I want to pass it on to you.
But if I call it liberal talking points, then it just diminishes what these experts have said. So
Bank of America doesn't like the tax plan.
that's liberal talking
sir
points.
or madam.
That's just liberal talking point. I guarantee you it's a sir, by the way. Liberal talking points, Bill.
Yeah, that's right, Snowflake. Here's boner candidate number 3. Racist? Oh, come on. What's racist about it? So when is a doormat not a doormat? Well, when the doormat is 2 NFL jerseys taped side by side on the ground so that they read Lynch Kaepernick.
Oh.
A Lake Ozark, Missouri bar called Snafu is living up to its name after strategically affixing the Marshawn Lynch and Colin Kaepernick jerseys to the sidewalk outside the bar's entrance. Passerby Taylor Sloan noticed the display on Sunday and called out the bar on Facebook. There's a reason why the NAACP issued a travel warning for Missouri, Sloan wrote in the Post, alongside of a photo of the doormat. Pretty obvious the lack of professionalism at this bar. You lost my business the moment you decided to showcase this kind of behavior. Now, at the risk of regurgitating liberal talking points, Snafu owner Jason Burrell responded. He's the owner of the bar and engaged in a passionate back and forth with the Facebook poster about this on says, I'm sorry you feel that way. If you'd stepped into the bar, you would have realized it's a bar all about our military. I'm a veteran with a long line of veterans in my family, and I don't see why there's anything racist about putting Marshawn Lynch's jersey next to Colin Kaepernick's jersey.
Yes, you do.
No, there's nothing. Nothing racist about it.
You know exactly what you're doing.
What? No. Boner candidate number 3, racist. Oh, come on. What's racist about it? Lynch Kaepernick, come on.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Let's see. We had boner candidate number 1, no good deed goes unpunished. A Washington State Patrol trooper apparently telling a woman that using a fire extinguisher that she, without permission, she had to break into a store to get it to put out a car fire so a kid didn't burn to death. But that's theft no matter what. Boner candidate number 2, if you want a picture with an officer, just ask. Man arrested after posing for a picture, flipping off the camera while standing on a deputy's car, and then he posted the picture, of course, on Facebook. And boner candidate number 3, racist. Oh, come on, what's racist about it?
All right, you got to decide which one of these 3 candidates is the worst. Which one of these 3 deserves to move forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day? 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number. Put it in the message of a text. Text it to 33986. Easy. You can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice. Go to x96.com and vote there if you'd like. Look for the box that says Round 1, September 29. If you don't see that box, refresh. It'll appear. All right? You've got less than 300 seconds to do it. This is Round 1 boner voting.
X96 is Utah's...
Now, I got this email from Marianne Daly, and it says, Hi, Bill, longtime friend of the program. Listen and love the show. Nothing makes me my morning better. I work from home, so I always have the radio on, and more often than not, find myself laughing really hard out loud, of course. I identify with you most of the time of the 3. So it says, anyway, Marianne goes on to say, I'm writing lately due to the interns. I really enjoyed the interview you did with Matt. What a smart, charming, and funny man.
I didn't know I was on the webcam.
She didn't say anything about the way you looked at this point. Yeah. Smart, charming, and funny. Shows real interest in radio. He's one to keep around.
Really?
Keeper.
Oh, and he brought you Patron Silver. He rocks. He also has that radio voice. Forget that Guthrie guy. Oh no, it says Gumthrie.
Gunthrie?
Yeah,
Gunthrie.
forget Gumthrie.
That's Guthrie's evil twin.
Sorry, he just didn't do anything for me. And try to work it out so that Matt has some more radio time.
Ooh.
That would be sweet.
Matt, you are so cute.
Oh, I know.
And funny.
Thank you, Carrie.
Thanks, Marianne.
Wow.
Now, I just wonder if this would change Marianne's opinion at all. This is an email that I got from Matt.
From this Matt?
Yeah.
Wait, which? Oh, was this the one I sent on Monday?
I suppose so.
When you weren't here.
Yeah. Today, says Matt. It says subject. Hello, my name is Matt Timian, and I know how to offend the CEO of Simmons like no other. Today I wore a T-shirt that says Godweiser on the front and This Blood's for You on the back. Of course, it's a parody shirt.
Of course.
Oh, really?
No.
And it was meant to be serious and worn by Christians. I often find gems like these and wear them as a parody of a parody. Witty and original, I know. Anyway, the CEO of Simmons, I suppose he means Craig Hansen?
Yes,
it was Craig.
Craig was walking by me in the hallway with another gentleman in a suit, and after walking past me, they both stopped, turned around, and looked at my shirt. I pretended not to notice.
Looked at the ceiling.
I then heard them say, "We have some really interesting people working here." They continued to mumble about how interesting I am and then walked up the stairs.
You're making it sound a lot more positive than it really was.
Yes, I'm not taking it as positive at all. Yes, I know how to make an impression. Now I'm certain to get a job. Matt Timian. So, Marianne, there's just more evidence.
It's probably making her more hot for him.
Probably is.
Well,
Here's Marianne's email, Matt, if you'd like to
thank
contact
you.
her.
That would be great.
Maybe she could help you with the crock pots and the little smokies.
Appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Matt Timian,
Oh,
our intern.
him and Marianne.
Matt and Marianne.
How nice.
I don't know. He's 2 divorces down already. I don't.
Well, if I could counsel Matt on anything, I'd just say don't do it again. Don't get married again.
Date all you want.
Date all you want, have a girlfriend, but don't marry again.
I don't trust Matt as far as I can throw him.
Really?
I think you should try to throw him.
I can't throw him. I can throw him an inch. That's how much I trust him.
Oh, I'm sure you can do more than an inch.
2 inches, maybe. I just can't. I'm kind of weak. You should know that about me. I'm weak.
I just thought you meant more.
All
right, 7:47. Time to award round 1 of your boner voting.
And round 1 of the boner voting is brought to you in part by a vegetable curry.
Nice.
And celebrate autumn at Snowbird's annual Oktoberfest. Escape for the whole weekend with the Oktoberfest getaway package, including lodging, daily breakfast, all-day activity pass from $105 per person per night. Get all the details at snowbird.com.
So boner candidate number 1 was no good deed goes unpunished. It's the young woman truck driver who broke the glass door in a coffee shop to get to a fire extinguisher so she could put out a burning car in which there was a child. And the child was rescued, and the state trooper said, well, I'm sorry, but who's going to pay for the damage to the fire extinguisher and all of that, huh? Boner candidate number 2, if you want a picture with an officer, just ask. Man arrested for posing for a picture on a deputy's car. He did damage to the car because he was standing on the hood, and he was also flipping off the camera. And then he posted it on Facebook, making it pretty easy to find him. And boner candidate number 3, racist. Oh, come on, what's racist about it? It was a bar in Missouri with a homemade Lynch Kaepernick doormat.
Do you know what?
Marshawn Lynch, and then
No. We were saying, Marshawn Lynch, he wasn't involved in the protest. They're saying Lynch Kaepernick.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah, that's.
I just got that.
You
They're
just
not
now
saying
got that?
They're not saying that Marshawn Lynch
What?
was part of the. I'm
What?
sorry. I just got that. That's way worse than.
No, that's exactly what they're doing.
I just thought it was wiping your shoes on people that were protesting.
No, Marshawn Lynch isn't protesting.
No.
I'm not the only one that just got that.
No, that was the whole point of the boner. That's
I thought it was that they're.
Read the title again.
No, Jeannie, you're right. There are a lot of slow people.
No, I'm saying I thought they were just saying these people are protesting.
The title, racist. Come on, what's racist about it?
Yeah, I know. It could have just been them wiping their shoes on.
No.
Lynch Kaepernick. That's.
They are
Okay, all right.
wiping their shoes on Lynch Kaepernick.
I got it. I got it.
Okay.
We'll revisit it later, just so you'll remember.
Footnotes for the Radio from Hell show.
Let's see. Jessica won tickets to see Kate.
No.
Dylan's escorting Gina out of the.
No.
Have another donut.
No, I'm good.
We'll get
All
some
right.
sugar in you. You'll be fine.
Jessica won the cake tickets, and the winner of the boner voting, fairly decisively, actually.
Oh, really?
Boner candidate number 1, no good deed goes unpunished.
That was a good one. All right, that one you deemed worthy to go forward to Boner Fight. It may become Boner of the Day. It will have to defeat the winner of the round 2 boner voting. That starts at 8:20.
Oh, we got. I got to go get Chainsaw Guy.
Yeah, you better let him in.
And then we've got Hello, Yeah, What coming up as
Better
well.
get that started, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, this is hard to do these
Well,
things
no, we
at
just
the
get
same...
no, because we'll just get a person on the line, and we'll do Chainsaw Guy, and then after the Chainsaw Guy contest, begin calling for Hello, Yeah, What.
It's the same number for all of it.
It is 877-602-9696. Makes it easier, not harder.
Maybe you were slow to the Lynch Kaepernick party. Because I was.
It's a party. It's a party now, huh?
Gina, hang on. Don't say the Lynch Kaepernick party. Do not say that.
You know what I'm saying.
I'm not slow. I know what you're saying.
All right. Well, go get Chainsaw Guy. Stop yelling and go get Chainsaw Guy. What are we, now? How does this contest work? We're
So Chainsaw Guy, which is, usually we only get him once a season, but he's coming in every day to read a phrase to you. If you can decipher the phrase that Chainsaw Guy is saying, you will get tickets to Fear Factory, easily the most terrifying haunted attraction in Utah. Over 200 years of gruesome history right in the heart of downtown Salt Lake. In the Industrial District, open now Fridays and Saturdays, 666 West, 8 South. Get information about the free zombie bus and purchase your tickets in advance at fearfactoryslc.com. So you get 2 tickets to that, and you'll be qualified to win a chainsaw.
That winning the tickets qualifies you to win the chainsaw.
877-602-9696.
We still don't know what brand of chainsaw it is yet. Hi, Chainsaw Guy.
Hey, how's it going?
Everybody, this is Chainsaw Guy. He is the guy at the end of the haunted house wearing the hockey mask who chases you out, brandishing his chainsaw.
Yeah, that's me, and I'm really busy this time of year.
Of course.
But not until at night.
Oh, your days are free.
Say, did I hear Gina was throwing a party of some sort?
Yes, we'll get you an invitation.
I'd love to go.
Let's get a contestant on the phone. This is Ray. Hello, Ray.
Hi, good morning, guys. Thanks for letting me listen.
Thank you,
Ray. Well, how are you, my man? It's nice to hear from you. Boy, the inside of this hockey mask smells bad.
You need to clean it out.
Have you been vaping with the mask on again?
I need some of those breath strips.
All right.
Or one of those pine tree air fresheners.
Inside the mask.
We'll get some for you. All right, Ray. Chainsaw Guy is going to say the phrase that slays right now, and if you can decipher him and understand him through that mask of his, then you'll win the tickets to. You'll qualify for the chainsaw. All right?
That's good.
All right, here we go. You want to hear one more time, Ray?
Yeah, one more time would be good, yeah.
Did you get it, Ray?
I'm pretty sure it was, I've been drinking and I shouldn't be driving.
That is absolutely
correct.
Absolutely
really
correct.
Good. I try to enunciate I know this is kind of hard to hear over the chainsaw. But
well, and the mask. The mask does not help either.
What are you talking about?
All right, so you have won
tickets to Fear Factory, and you are qualified for the chainsaw.
All right, so hang on the
Awesome,
line.
thank you.
Hang on the line. We'll get your information.
Better not be drinking when you're using a chainsaw.
No, you don't want to do that.
Hey, listen, I got to go.
All right, thank you, Chainsaw Guy.
Got to go rest up.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll see you. All right, so now we're beginning.
I thought you left.
Now we're beginning. Hello, yeah, what?
Hello, yeah, what?
Hello, yeah, what?
877-602-9696 is the phone number to.
Hello, yeah, what?
Participate in this feature.
It's anything you want to talk about.
Yeah, maybe you can.
Anything.
Call and tell us that we're not qualified to talk about things because we didn't go to Harvard.
Sure.
Because you can't read something that somebody went to Harvard and wrote.
Yeah,
and
learn.
You can't do that and then tell people, I read this thing.
Because that's just regurgitating talking points.
That's absolutely right.
So
877-602-9696, whatever you want to talk about.
Hello, yeah, what?
You can be nice to us. You can be mean to us. You can ask us questions. You can tell us about what you're doing, your business. Some very clever people use it to plug things. So 877-602-9696.
It is Hello, Yeah, What? The feature we invented. All right, Gina, do you have a
a check of traffic.
A quick, yes.
Let's see. We've got signal problems flashing at the intersection, all directions, South Campus Drive, 15th East. This is up by the U at Rice-Eccles Stadium. Crash northbound I-15, 52nd South. The left lanes are closed there. Crash 35th South at Decker Lake. Left lane is closed there. Crash southbound I-15, 90th South. Crash northbound I-15, 29th South. Center lane is closed there. And a crash eastbound 123rd South, 265 West in Draper. Right lane is closed. That's traffic brought to you by the news you trust from the most experienced team in Utah. 2 News, check out the new KUTV.com.
3 days of live music, including Foo Fighters, The Killers,
Cold War Kids, live, LCD sound system, and more.
X96 wants to send you to New Orleans to be part of this huge music festival.
We're taking qualifiers every weekday at
I'd like the Cajun grilled chicken sandwich plain. I just want the chicken and the bun. No cheese, no mayonnaise, no lettuce, tomato, onions, coleslaw. And can I get onion rings instead of fries?
Yeah.
And can I get bacon on that?
Bacon. Did you want to do the chicken club instead of the Cajun chicken?
No, you don't understand.
What was your name again?
Kristen.
Kristen, you see, this is not a radio bit. You need to know that this is the way she really is, and no one believes us.
Okay.
So we thought if we got it on tape, people would finally believe it.
All right. Did you want the Cajun seasoning?
Yes.
Yes.
And I would like the Cajun, spicy Cajun mustard mayonnaise on the side.
Mayo on the side.
Don't put it on the sandwich.
No, I won't. No, trust me, I won't.
Thank you.
And the cheese?
No cheese.
No cheese.
No
at all.
cheese. No, just chicken.
Okay. All right.
Chicken bacon bun.
Onion
And
rings.
again, we're not trying to be difficult just for the radio. This is real.
All right. Thank you.
I'm so very sorry.
That's all right. Don't be sorry. I would like to say I've had worse, but that's probably the worst.
And how long have you worked here?
Here, 6 months, but
Dealing with tourists every day and their weird ordering habits, this is the worst. I want it on record, ladies and gentlemen.
It's from an official professional waitress. I'm the worst.
And again, this is no exaggeration.
Congratulations, Gina. Congratulations.
You've earned your spot in the Hard Rock Hall of Fame.
She's here to get married, by the way.
oh, congratulations.
And she's marrying a guy named Joe Jones. Maybe you as our waitress, I'm sorry, what's your name again?
Kristen.
Maybe Kristen, you as our waitress, you could warn Joe that it's still not too late.
Because I've been saying it every day, every hour, ever since we heard about this.
That's sad. Yeah.
That's what we think.
Thank you. Thank you.
came from working in a spider-infested, dusty old studio with substandard equipment in Ogden. Now, Carrie, Bill, and Gina have a big, fancy studio in beautiful downtown Salt Lake. And they still find things to bitch about. X96.
Well, it's your chance to bitch about stuff if you want. And nobody seems to want to so far. No one's called.
No, we have 3.
Oh, we do?
What are you looking at?
Well, I was looking at mine
and we have a live in studio. Hello,
mine is not showing that.
877-602-9696.
Oh, that's right. The screens are not matching with the actual phone. We restarted the system.
I should have to restart my screen.
Maybe that's it.
That's what it is.
All right.
But we have Dick Clark here, a live one, and then we'll go to your phone calls at 877-602-9696. We should make you call.
I should walk out and start, just grab my phone.
Yeah, but as long as you're standing there, go ahead.
Wow. Hello, yeah, what?
Well, yeah.
Thanks for letting me
Hello,
listen.
yeah, what?
There we go.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I wanted to call back to something that your attorney had said this morning about September being, something that hopefully is in our hearts all year long. We worked together, Ed and I, to set up an actual website called SeptemberIsAStateOfMind.com.
Okay.
So if you go to SeptemberIsAStateOfMind.com, we do live events where we do some hangouts, and we also it's less about the hangout but more about the charity involved. So
what's the charity?
Every month we pick a different one.
Okay.
And we did a clothing drive for the road home. We've done a donation for the food bank of Utah.
Cool.
So this month,
this is nice.
Yeah, we're trying to use the blessed month of September and keep it in our hearts all year long, like we said, and do some good charity work around the valley. So.
Keep the lead candle burning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not get the lead out, keep the lead candle burning.
Right.
So SeptemberIsAStateOfMind.com. Thank you all.
All right.
We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dick.
Let's see. Okay. Oh, line 3 dropped off. So let's go to line 1. Holly. Hello, Holly.
Yes.
Welcome to the innovative radio feature that we invented. It's Hello, Yeah, What?
Go ahead.
There we go.
Go ahead, Holly.
Good morning.
Okay, Holly, go ahead. Can you hear us?
Yeah, what?
Yes, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to say thank you to Bill because I called in it was over 3 years ago for something, and I couldn't quit smoking, and you gave me tips and what you did, and I tried the gum, and it worked, and so I think you had a part in that, and it was over 3 years ago.
Oh, well, cool. I helped you quit smoking. I'm glad I could do that.
Bill makes me want to start, so.
Well, hang in there, Gina. Don't do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I won't.
And Gina's the only reason I keep drinking. So there you go. Thanks, Holly.
Well, yeah, okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Let's go to Jordan. Hello, Jordan.
Hello, yeah, what?
Bueno. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, you can, sir. Go ahead.
So.
Yes, Jordan.
Okay, great.
Hello,
first of all,
what?
you guys are awesome. I'm a long-time listener. Yeah, the connection's good. So I actually had a question. About a year and a half ago, there was a petition going around to lower the presidential candidacy rate from 35 down to 18, which is kind of unrealistic.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of it lowering to something like 25?
Well, I think this last election we lowered the IQ that was necessary. So,
I think there's something to having a little bit of life behind you before you tackle something as big as
35 is pretty young. I mean, really, in the great scheme of things. So I would say I don't know. That seems sort of reasonable to me.
Use those 20s to run for a different,
Mayors
smaller
and
office to get some practice.
Mm-hmm.
All
yeah,
right.
I totally agree.
Okay.
It's just, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's all about,
All right,
everything
Jordan.
changes life expectancy, everything.
Mm-hmm. All right, Jordan.
Yeah, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
All right, 2 lines open, 877-602-9696.
Hello, yeah, what?
Is the name of the feature. Let's go to Jen. Hello, Jen.
Hello, yeah, what?
What can we do for you?
Well, I'd like to talk about my big, awesome truck.
So, you don't roll coal, do you?
Do I what?
You don't roll coal, do you?
No, I don't.
You don't know what that is, so
Good.
Okay.
What is your big awesome truck? What is this?
Okay, so her name is Ruby, and she's a big red Nissan Titan.
Okay,
those are big, yeah.
And I got the off-road version, so she's got big tires and everything.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, people. Well, we all know Utah drivers are not the best.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, they're pretty much one of the worst. But people in their little cars are constantly cutting me off. And here's the thing: I've got a V8. And she's big.
Yeah.
She's a big truck.
You're
Don't these people think before they cut me off?
Right.
Because one day I'm going to win, and they're going to lose.
You know what, Jen? There's something you could do to maybe help this. I think there's one thing missing from your vehicle. You need some of them truck nuts on the back of it.
That doesn't help anything.
Listen, you put them truck nuts on it.
How are they going to see my truck nuts in the back?
They come up
if they're
behind
cutting me
you.
off?
They come up behind you, and if they go whipping around to cut you off, they're not going to do it if they see those truck nuts hanging there. They're going to leave you alone, baby.
That's Bill's answer: is truck nuts.
Truck nuts.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do the truck nut route.
All
But
right.
this is a PSA. Don't cut off the big trucks because you're going to lose and I'm going to win, and that's going to ruin my truck and your day.
Yeah, nobody wins.
We went on a ride along with Highway Patrol in a semi. They have a semi that drives up and down I-15.
You got to see the truck nuts on that thing.
And the point of doing it is to catch people doing what you're saying, not cutting you off, but they do that in front of big semis, and the semis can't stop
they can't
fast.
slow down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is. You're right. It is
All right.
a problem.
Thanks, Jen.
Thanks, Jim.
Bye-bye. Let's go
Truck
to...
nuts truck nuts is often my answer to almost everything.
Usually, yeah.
Hello, yeah, what?
To Nick. Hi, Nick.
Hi, how's it going?
Good.
So, first of all, I love listening to you guys. You guys are amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Second, I just kind of a tangent here. I just wanted to call in and say that I think that too often in our country, we take sides against each other based on our political views, and then we decide to hate the person instead of accepting that their view is different.
You're
At
right.
work,
You're right. That happens.
at work, I'll have people constantly come up to me and I'll be like, "Oh, hey, what do you think of Hillary Clinton?" They'll say, "Oh, I hate her." Why? "Oh, well, she's a liberal." I was like, "Well, if you hate liberals, then you hate half the country." And they're like, "Oh, well, if someone's a liberal, then I automatically know that I'm not going to like them." And I think it's bad for our country that you can't say, you have a different political view than me. I understand that.
So I
And that's
should listen to the Nazis.
Carrie, you're not helping.
Carrie.
I'm just
Why
saying.
are you leaping to Nazi?
I'm just saying in some cases.
Don't leap to Nazi.
In some cases, I think it's okay.
Some cases you have to put down put everything down and say that's it. I got to go.
But not everything is Nazi.
No.
So
I mean,
if it's this side of Nazi,
I'm just saying in some cases.
It is said that if you sit down with someone, just like a liberal and a conservative, and you sit down and say, well, let's make a list of all the things that we agree about, and then you make a list of the things you disagree about, probably the list of the things you agree about is way bigger.
Most people aren't black and white on issues. Most people are somewhere in the middle.
So there are good people on both sides.
Carrie?
Sorry.
Thanks for calling.
All right, Nick. Thank you.
Nick.
Let's see. Emily. Hello, Emily.
Hello, yeah, what?
Go ahead.
Hi, guys. Well, first of all, I miss listening to you every single morning. I recently moved to Seattle, and I hate it here.
Oh, come on.
Really?
Now,
Seattle's a great city.
Now you can still listen to us every morning.
Yeah.
Oh, I do. I watch you on YouTube Live, and then I listen to you on the app on my way to work.
How are you?
Hi, Emily.
But,
Good to see you.
I've missed you guys, and I wanted to say hi to all my friends over in Utah. So if they're listening, hi, and reach out to me once in a while and call me back. And, thanks for keeping your show on YouTube and on the app.
Oh, thank you.
Why did you move to Seattle?
My husband's job, EA, transferred him up here.
Oh, yeah, that's a big video game company. Yeah.
Well, learn to find the things in Seattle that that you like. There are good things there.
And you can have us with you. You got the best of both worlds there.
All right.
Yeah, that's true. The food is great. I will not complain about the food.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see. We have time for one more, and it is Kellen?
Hello, yeah, what?
I think it's Kellen.
Hello, Kellen.
Hi, yes, Kellen.
Hi.
That's an interesting
Hi.
name. Could you tell us about your name before you go on?
There's not really a very cool story about it. I was supposed to be in Madison, and I popped out, and my dad was like, "How about Kellen?" So,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Completely uncool.
All right.
But anywho, I was just wondering if you guys know if the poop gate lady got caught.
I don't. That's the woman who was the boner candidate.
Let me do a quick.
Yeah.
Where was it? I want
Colorado.
Was it Colorado?
Somewhere in Colorado.
And she was she would pooping in front of these people's house.
I mean, they got pictures of her.
Yeah. I have not. I've not heard.
Unless you can find it quickly, we have to break.
But you keep listening. We'll see if we can find it. We'll let you know. Okay?
Kellen will do a search, and we'll have an answer after the messages. Okay.
Okay, great. Thanks, guys. Happy Friday.
Yeah,
All right.
you too.
Thank
Bye.
you very much. All right. Round 2 of the boner voting coming up after these. Do you have the candidates?
I
please?
do. They are. Sometimes there is justice in the universe. That's number 1. Boner candidate number 2. Well, I've always wanted to see the fatherland. And boner candidate number 3. Wait, that's not a doll.
All right. Those are the boner candidates coming up after these. Do you have some traffic, Gina?
I do. Let's see. Crash ramp westbound I-215 to northbound I-15. The left lane is closed. Crash northbound I-15 at 52nd South. Left lanes are closed there as well. Crash 35th South Decker Lake. Left lane closed there. Problems with left lanes today. Crash southbound I-15 90th South off-ramp. Crash northbound I-15 29th South. That's traffic.
All right. Thank you very much. Traffic to Snowbird is always good.
It's probably light right now.
Light right now, yeah.
You know what? This weekend is going to be a beautiful weekend to go up to
Yeah.
Snowbird for Oktoberfest. The colors are changing.
Yeah. The weather's just right where it needs to be.
And don't forget tonight at Snowbird, Stargazer night.
This is such a cool thing.
You can join local astronomers for information with an indoor presentation, then go outside and look at the evening sky through high-powered telescopes. And so you can go to snowbird.com and find out exactly where you meet up at 7:45 tonight. Mountain School Winter Programs at Snowbird. This is great for your kids, ages 3 to 17. They can give you great skills about snowboarding and skiing. And the nice thing about that Mountain School Winter Program, too, is you can drop the kids there, and then you can ski all day and not have to worry about
Here,
them.
you deal with them.
Yeah. They feed them lunch and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my kids have done it.
Oh, that's cool.
And still the summer activities going on. Oktoberfest getaways are still available. So go to snowbird.com for all the details.
Hey, party people, it's John Smith on X96 here to tell you that on Sunday.
All right, now what?
This is Utah word of the day. That's
From what year? Do you have any idea?
94, I want to say.
94.
1994.
Okay.
Let's see. Here we go.
Today, we examine another group of words used by most Utahns called L words, or words that end in ELL.
Oh, yeah.
And to help you with today's lesson, each time an L word is used in the following dialogue, a bell will sound. Imagine, if you will, our two friends, LeVar and LeGrand, together in LeVar's trailer house. The TV is on. A conversation ensues. Again, these are L words.
I love this TV show.
Yeah.
I am so glad that someone is showing the reruns of McKell's Navy.
Me too. You know, I would just love to set sail with McKell myself. Hey, you remember the one when the wacky crew of PT Boat 73 tried to save that beached well?
Oh, yeah. They had a hard time because of this big storm.
Yeah.
Gale force winds and hell stones the size of golf balls.
Yeah.
But they saved that well anyway. McKell did not fell.
Well, no thanks to Gruber. Yeah, that was quite a tell, though. Hey, listen, give me some of them snacks, would you? I'm hungry.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
What?
Trail mix.
Yeah.
You're not going to like this, LeGrand, but trail mix makes me thirsty for just one thing.
You're not gonna be drinking beer in front of me, are you, LeVar?
Oh, no. I'm going to have me a glass of L.
L is beer?
Yeah, but this is pretty mild. It's that Pell L from Squatters. It's so mild I can drink a whole bucket of it.
You'd get drunk if you drunk a whole Pell of Pell L. Then you'd get throwed in jail. And I'd have to bail you out. Oh, hey, looky here what I got in the mail. It's a flyer from Deseret Book. It says here that Dan Quell is coming to town to sign copies of his new book.
Boy, the liberals sure rode Bush and Quell out of Washington on a rel.
Sure did.
They fought tooth and nail, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Hey, I hear that this new book of his really lifts the veil of secrecy about Washington life and what really went on. You know, I'd like to see him. What Deseret Book is he at?
Well, the one by that big jewelry store.
Big jewelry store. You mean Morgan's Jewelers?
Nope. Zell's.
There you go.
That's back when we had this theory that we would beat you over the head with comedy. You know, the way to get you to laugh was to beat you over the head with comedy.
Why didn't we ever learn to edit?
I don't know.
That's what I want to know. Also, now, you were shouting, this sucks.
Mhm.
I got to tell you, though, out of all of the Utah Word of the Days, that was the best one.
It was one of the,
Really?
Yeah. That was one of the better ones.
In my opinion, I think that was the best one. Whenever someone says, what's the quintessential episode, I say that one.
I still like Lard Dorothy. That's a gorgeous orange.
I like talking to the manager of the store about the manger scene.
Yeah.
The creche, the manger scene. The manger. I need to speak to the manger about the manger scene.
God. Beat you over the head is right. Even I was getting bored. Sorry, folks. Yeah, that's why we don't do sketches anymore, all right? Anyway.
Radio from Hell.
All right, 20 after 8 right now. Time for round 2 of your boner voting. 3 news stories, examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. Boner means mistake. You will decide with your vote which of these 3 candidates is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. Round 2 boner voting. Let's see. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive a Can't Buy It, Gotta Win It Radio from Hell boner t-shirt, courtesy of
Excel Automotive Repair, Radio from Hell's official auto mechanics. Don't buy a lemon. Try Excel Automotive's $50 bumper-to-bumper used car checkover before you buy. Limit 2 cars per $50.
Boner candidate number 1 is, sometimes there is justice in the universe. So it's the French Quarter. And in New Orleans, and there's some kind of stuff going on. I don't know. There are people up. You know how there are all those balconies along the French Quarter.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a guy standing on one of those balconies with a bunch of other people, and they're drinking.
Yep.
You know, because there's a bar there.
Like you do.
And he's leaning over the railing, and he's spitting on people walking by below.
Oh, he's a jerk.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's doing this, and he leans over a little too far, and he falls off the balcony into the street below, severely injured, had to be taken to the hospital by ambulance. Sometimes there is justice in the universe. Boner candidate number 1.
I'm fine with this outcome.
Yeah. There's boner candidate number 2. But I've always wanted to see the fatherland. A woman faces multiple charges after police said she left her 4 children home alone so that she could take a trip to Germany. Aaron Lee Mackey
can't afford to take all the kids to Germany.
Aaron Lee Mackey is charged with 4 counts of child endangerment and other charges. They say that she left her children ages 12, 7, and 6.
Whoa.
So twins?
I guess.
All right.
Home alone on September 20th while she went to Germany. Tompkins, Police Lieutenant Tompkins said the children were left alone for several, they were there for 24 hours before somebody alerted the police department and human services. The children told police, "Oh, Mom left. She said she was going to Germany."
Wait, what?
Mom's gone to Germany.
Was she coming back? Did she?
Yeah, I've never heard of anything like this before, said Officer Tompkins. We have situations where parents go next door, or parents may go out for the night, but it's not advisable when your kids are ages 12, 7, and 6 to go to Germany. She did return to the United States and was arrested when she came back. Boner candidate number 2, I have always wanted to see the fatherland.
Oh.
Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Wait, that's not a doll.
All right, so boner candidate number 3 for round 2. Right after this here, Big Boy News and Opinnuendo, brought to you by
The Ruin and Sugar House, a modern bar open daily from 4 p.m. to 2 a.m., featuring weekly bingo, DJs, live music, located on Wilmington Avenue. Ruin, work is the curse of the drinking class.
All right, Gina.
Yep.
Trailer park.
Yep.
In Vermont.
Okay.
Now, it's probably not unusual to have odd, even unpleasant smells at a trailer park.
Okay.
No.
But this was a horrendous stench coming
so
from
there's smells and then there's horrendous
Yeah, I mean,
stench.
trailer parks. Trailer parks are kind of, they can be kind of smelly. But Terry knows, he lived in one.
Yes.
But this was a horrendous stench.
Dom and I were responsible for about half of the smell.
The smells
in that trailer park.
And so the landlord said, that's coming from that lady's mobile home. Uh-oh, look. There are flies everywhere.
Oh, no.
Around the mobile home. And the landlord goes in, peers into the trailer, and finds hundreds of dead animals in cages.
Hundreds in a trailer?
The animals included rabbits, ferrets, guinea pigs, birds, several reptiles.
Was she living in it with all of them?
There were 8 pets found alive in the trailer. Another freezer filled with animal carcasses was discovered in the home.
Oh, man.
Yes, the woman, Ashley Tilson, it says here 30 years old, had not lived there for a while.
Oh. But she left
But she
the
just left
animals
the
there.
animals.
Yeah.
Abandoned them in cages where they
100.
can't fend
Over
for
100
themselves.
dead animals. You know what they needed was a good homeowners association.
That would have fixed everything.
Yeah, there's an awful homeowners association. You should I want to do this story quickly so you can see the picture. Homeowners association has told the man that he cannot have this car in the neighborhood. Now, this is a street legal vehicle that this guy has built.
Okay.
It's a Camaro that is upside down.
Whoa.
There's a picture of it at x96.com/live.
It's very
He drives that?
Yeah, it's very clever. You see their wheels down there.
Okay.
And you can see where he sits and drives up there.
What's their problem with it?
Well, it's
not street legal?
No, it is street legal.
It is street legal.
It just doesn't look right here in our neighborhood.
It's not horrendous.
It's cool looking.
Yeah.
It's not a piece of junk.
It's not offensive.
Yeah, but the Homeowners Association, perplexed by the appearance of his vehicle, said, All permitted parking shall be used only solely for the parking of motor vehicles used for personal transportation. He said, well, I take this to work.
He drives it.
Yeah, sorry. Got to get rid of it.
Homeowners associations are horrible.
Yes, they are. Let's see. Now, this is a report from, looks like Channel 5 about that shooting, and we still don't know a lot about it, the shooting in downtown Salt Lake yesterday, or, yeah, it was essentially in town here.
Yeah.
One man dead, 2 police officers injured after the shooting at, it was right there in the parking lot of the Maverick on 5th East and 3rd South. The incident took place around 4 p.m. in the parking lot of the Maverick. The 2 police officers involved were transported to a hospital in serious but stable condition, according to Salt Lake City Police Detective Robert Ungrecht. Officers responded to a trespassing call. And the trespassing call was apparently at a salon that's right there.
Okay.
Now, that's all we know.
Okay.
So they responded to the call. A fight ensued. They confronted the guy that I guess somebody said, it's him.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the parking lot of the Maverick. The cops confronted him. The suspect, who is now dead, grabbed a police baton out of the belt of one of the police officers and started beating him with it.
And they couldn't get him to stop.
Yeah,
so.
and then 2 other officers who were quickly on the scene shot the guy, and he's dead. The officers were injured, not life-threatening injuries, but they were transported to the hospital. 2 teenagers in custody after an alleged shooting and leading police on a chase. Police say the suspects may also have ties to 2 robberies earlier this week. The latest incident started with reports of a shooting at 5th North and Grant Street in Salt Lake. I'm not sure where Grant Street is. Police said a group of kids were in the park there around 10 p.m. when the suspects drove up and asked if they were in a gang. Officers said some words were exchanged. Shots were allegedly fired at the group of the kids in the park. Sometime later, gang detectives spotted the car with the suspects. The car sped off. There was a chase that ended near Bangerter Highway and State Road 201, the 201 freeway. The driver tried to go up an embankment and failed, got the car stuck. Suspects were arrested. And the cops say, hey, we think these are the guys who also knocked over a couple of 7-Elevens.
Really?
The last couple of days. Former Utah Governor Jon Huntsman confirmed yesterday as U.S. Ambassador to Russia. It's official. @Jon Huntsman gets unanimous approval from the Senate floor. That's pretty unheard of for a post as divisive as Russia, wrote Abby Huntsman, Huntsman's daughter, on Twitter. Last week, Huntsman appeared at his nomination hearing before the Senate Relations Committee, where he said, there's no question Russia interfered in the U.S. election last summer. No question,
he said this.
Huntsman had long expected to be the official choice for the key diplomatic post, with sources telling CNN in March that he had accepted an offer for the job. Of course, he's been an ambassador before in China, and he speaks Mandarin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Chinese. I don't know if he speaks Russian, though. I'm not clear about that.
Well, maybe if he goes and moves in with Steven Seagal, he can teach him.
Vladimir Putin. He served as U.S. ambassador to China in the Obama administration, and Senator Hatch says it's great. Mike Lee said it's great.
I don't know, John. I don't know if you want to get involved in this administration.
I think he's hoping he can help. I think he's hoping he can.
I don't know.
He's already involved. I'm sorry. Julia Louis-Dreyfus has been diagnosed with breast cancer.
I hate this story.
1 in 8 women get breast cancer today. I'm the one, the Veep star posted on Twitter on Thursday. The good news is I have the most glorious of supportive and caring family and friends and fantastic insurance through my union. The bad news is not all women are so lucky, so let's all fight cancer and make universal health care a reality, she tweeted.
That's the kind of person she is. She has this horrible personal news, and she uses it as an opportunity to highlight the struggles of other people.
Yeah, hell, I wouldn't do that. I'd just retreat.
Right?
I'd just retreat to my lair and not talk to anybody ever again. I don't use my personal tragedies to help other people.
No,
I would never do that. No. And Megyn Kelly's not very good
Yeah.
No Good, Very Bad Week continues. So she
More? I heard the Will and Grace and the Jane Fonda. She did something else?
Well, this is so she's now another setback. She was interviewing American soccer player and Olympic gold medalist Carly Lloyd when a member of Megyn Kelly's crew, a cameraman, accidentally stepped into the shot and kind of walked across and then said S. On a lot,
he realized he's in the shot,
and he went S.
Yeah.
Live on TV,
and then ducked back, and the soccer player looked at the camera like it was like an episode of The Office. Like, can you believe this?
I need to look for that. That's hilarious.
She also dug. It says here, according to this is a website called Decider.com. The cameraman expletives aside, Kelly did dig some part of her own clumsy grave on that show. The beginning of the segment found the host looking into the wrong camera, which she then addressed wordlessly by turning to face the correct one. So she was looking in the wrong camera and realized that she was looking in the wrong camera and just went and turned and looked at the right camera and continued. She sort of caught herself doing it. Things are not going well. Week 1, Megyn Kelly's big,
it's only been on a week?
Yeah, this is week 1 of her big
Today
show.
Why did I think it's been on for a while?
She was doing the Sunday show. This is a different show.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see. Is that it?
You got time for another story? If you have.
Let me find one more for you then. How about Liam Neeson? The other day, we'd reported that he said he was retiring from action movies.
Yes.
Not going to do these action movies, the Wolf Punch or whatever, anymore. Not going to do those My Daughter's Been Kidnapped movies and I'm a Badass. Well, now it says...
Maybe...
Well, he was either misquoted or he misspoke. He has clarified his comments. Well, that's not true, he said. I'm going to be doing action movies until they bury me in the ground. I'm unretired.
Well... Those are pretty distinct. How do you misconstrue I'm retired, I'm not retired?
The Thrillers, that was all pure accident. They're still throwing serious money at me to do this stuff. And I'm like, guys, I'm 60 effing 5. Audiences are eventually going to go, oh, come on, he can't be doing this. So that's what he was talking about.
That's what he was saying.
He was saying earlier, I'm 65. I can't be doing this
forever.
He's saying that eventually it'll
stop. So people
stop.
interpreted that as he's quitting.
Yeah, that's just a bad writer.
No, he's not quitting. He said, well, they keep throwing money at me. There's the key right there.
Yes.
These are not great movies by any means. Although when I've seen them, the movies are stupid, but he's really good.
The first Taken, I thought, was quite good.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the one on a plane?
No.
That was the second one.
No.
There's one where he's on a plane, and the whole thing practically takes place on a plane, which I think was pretty good.
Liam Neeson on a plane.
Neeson's on a plane.
I'm tired.
Liam Neeson's no.
Somebody will know which one I'm talking about.
Anyway. All right, sports weather traffic. Oh, are we going to do sports because we've got Tom Hackett coming in?
Yeah, we'll save sports.
We'll let him do sports
for him. He's coming in just a few minutes. So just weather and traffic. Weather lovely today, even warmer than yesterday, 73. Just nice. Traffic, we have a crash southbound I-15, 22nd south. Crash on the ramp westbound I-215 to northbound I-15, left lane is closed there. Crash northbound I-15 at 52nd south, left lane's closed there as well. And looks like that's about it. Brought to you by Lucky's Auto Credit, where $77 in a job gets you a car. 2 locations, Salt Lake City and Ogden. For program details or to apply online, visit luckysautocredit.com.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Wait, that's not a doll. Oklahoma City, a 1-month-old baby boy found along an Oklahoma interstate over the weekend was found with $5,500 in cash stuffed in the car seat and a birth certificate, according to police. Church group found the baby abandoned in a car seat along I-40 in Oklahoma City. The driver of the church group's van, it's a cute little kid, cute little guy, x96.com/live. The driver of the church group van noticed a car seat on the side of I-40 and thought, oh, there's a car seat, there's a doll there in the car seat, and then realized that the feet were kicking.
Oh.
I said, wait a minute, that's not a doll. They pulled over. According to Sergeant Gary Nye, officers found a Social Security card with the baby, cash, and a birth certificate.
So if there's a birth certificate, there's the parents.
There's a birth.
No, I mean, they can
find the
the parents.
Very good, Gina.
Well, Yeah.
Detective Gina Barberi.
I mean, if they're abandoning the baby,
The baby was in good health and was taken to a local hospital. Baby's mother, located through family members, being evaluated for psychological problems at a local hospital. No names were released in the incident. Boner candidate number 3. Wait, that's not a doll.
Let's review the first two and vote.
Let's see. We had boner candidate number 1, which was sometimes there is justice in the universe. A New Orleans man falling from a balcony while spitting on people down below. Boner candidate number 2, I've always wanted to see the fatherland. A woman who left her 4 kids alone at home to go on a European vacation to Germany. Just let the kids by themselves. And boner candidate number 3, wait, that's not a doll.
Your Liam Neeson movie on a plane is nonstop.
Nonstop.
He was an air marshal. All right. Time to decide which of these 3 candidates is the worst and which one of these deserves to go forward to Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day. 1, 2, or 3. Remember the candidate number. Put it in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. Call 877-602-9696. Use your voice. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Round 2, September 29. And vote there. If you don't see the box, refresh. It should appear. All right, you've got 300 seconds. Round 2, boner voting. Here we go.
It's not a big deal, but I guarantee you, Gina, if today were the day you were going to court at 8:15, you would not have come to work.
It's true.
You wouldn't have come to work.
That's true.
I would too.
I don't think you would have.
You would have said, I got court. And we'd say, when? And you'd go, I don't know. And that'd be it, you know.
I'm not sure.
You wouldn't come in.
Court sometime.
I got court sometime. I don't know.
On another topic, a totally different topic. Yesterday, we went to lunch at the Lone Star Steakhouse in Sugar House with the staff, and Gina was there with her baby, and I was the little Jonesy, who's almost a year old and just as cute as anything, and I was the only person at the table who made the baby cry.
Well, she's my daughter. She knows you make me cry
Everybody
day.
else is going doobie playing with the baby and
Again,
being cute
Gina,
with the baby.
that doesn't work because I didn't make her cry.
That's true.
And I've made you cry.
That's true.
On the radio.
I went and sat down by the baby to, just kind of bonding. Hi, it's your Uncle Bill. Cried.
Even Artie Fufkin didn't make her cry.
No, I thought for sure Artie was going to make her cry.
Hello, baby. Hello, baby. Hello, baby. Hello, baby.
He did
Hello,
that for like
baby.
10 minutes.
And kept waving his hand.
He said, don't eat trans fats or you'll end up looking like me.
You know.
Even Artie didn't make the baby cry.
Artie could have picked the baby up and placed the baby in his mouth, and the baby wouldn't have cried. The whole head, and the baby wouldn't have cried.
I think it's your facial hair. Might make you look scary. I'm just guessing.
Was I the only one there with facial hair?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Heather. But just kidding, Heather.
She hasn't experienced a lot of facial hair. Maybe.
I don't know.
And then I brought her over to you later. Like, it's safe with mommy holding you kind of thing. And I gave Bill a hug. See, he's nice.
She didn't cry then, but she was barely holding it.
She had the face.
Barely holding it together.
She had the
you could see face. She was just like any second she was just going to.
It was the face.
We were there for 2 hours, and she was good the whole time we were there. I didn't have to get up and walk around with her once.
Are you surprised?
No, but...
Are you bragging?
Yes.
Okay. So she's like that all the time. You're just bragging. Yeah. And she didn't do that once, does she usually? Well, no. Well, wow.
She ate all kinds of things for lunch I didn't eat. She had tomatoes. She ate the tomatoes off my salad and my onions.
Did not.
And then, she ate all my onions, and then I picked onions.
She really ate
onions?
onions?
Oh, yeah. Loves onions. Then I said, Carrie, you can eat that onion?
Here.
But she doesn't have teeth.
She has 4.
That onion even had blue cheese dressing on it,
Yeah.
Gina, which is something else that you wouldn't eat.
Well, now that says a lot to me, and because when I sat down by the baby, and maybe this is why she cried, I went, "Hi, honey. God, your breath stinks." That's why she cried. That's why she cried.
On X96.
All right, it's 8:44. Time to award round 2 of your boner voting.
And round 2 is brought to you in part by Major Gray's Mango Chutney.
Who's Major Gray?
Who's the guy who made the chutney?
Is he a local guy?
No, I looked it up once and I can't remember. It's Cross and Blackwell. It's a old British chutney, and there was a Major Gray, and I can't remember now.
Major,
it was India doing his time in India.
Yes, Major.
And Bad Apple only offers premium religion. Bad Apple only offers premium original equipment parts to repair your phone. Most competitors use cheaper aftermarket parts. Now, with 10 locations, go to badapplerepair.com.
So we had boner candidate number 1. Sometimes there is justice in the universe. Guy spitting on people from a balcony in New Orleans, and he fell over the edge and was injured severely in the street below. Bravo, bravo. Boner candidate number 2. Well, I have always wanted to see the fatherland. So a woman who left her 4 children behind and went on a vacation to Europe, to Germany. And boner candidate number 3, wait, that's not a doll? Okay, psychological problems probably, but you leave your baby in a car seat by the side of the road.
No. Fire stations.
Fire station, hospital, emergency room.
No questions asked. Just drop them off there.
So Morgan White won the Boner T-shirt, and the winner of the Boner voting, Boner candidate number 2. I've always wanted to see the Fatherland.
All right. That candidate will now go up against the winner of round 1 in Boner Fight, which happens at 9:25. One of those 2 candidates will be Boner of the Day.
Well, look, just in time. He walked in the room just in time. That Vegemite eaten.
Is that what you guys had for lunch yesterday?
No, but I asked Tom Hackett, former University of Utah punter and now sports commentator on ESPN 700, Monday through Friday from 2 to 6 p.m. I asked him, being Australian, does he like Vegemite? Yes, he does. He loves it, as a matter of fact. His parents send him Vegemite so that he's not without it.
What is it exactly?
Brewer's yeast, essentially.
Yeah, right at the bottom of a beer keg.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all that good stuff down there.
And you put it on, like, bread?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. You can get it here. It's terrible. I'm sorry, Tom. I'm sorry.
It's bitter, kind of bitter tasting, and
It's just not
sweet.
packed with sugar, and there's no oil involved. It's not going to upset your stomach now. When you're a bit ill, it's good for you.
It's probably good for you. I mean, it's full.
Sounds like
I've
kombucha.
I think, kind of
Could
that
be.
same idea. It's it doesn't taste that great, but it's good for you. So Tom Hackett, the University of Utah has a bye this week.
They do.
And it's not a moment too soon because there's some injuries that need to be rested.
What do they know about? Do you know anything inside information about those injuries?
Well, Carl Whittingham likes to keep them all pretty close to his chest. I do know that there's no season-ending injuries, so they're expected to have all of those folks that are a bit banged up back, whether it be Stanford, which is the next game, or not. I don't have an answer for that. I would be surprised personally if the quarterback who went down with a shoulder sprain, an AC sprain, I believe it is, I'd be surprised if he came back. So
But we're doing okay with Williams. So.
yeah. So the backup quarterback this year was actually the starting quarterback last year.
Mm-hmm.
So the backup's not all that bad. He won 9 games for us last year. So Troy Williams should, I expect, to be the quarterback.
So the next game is with Stanford.
Correct.
And is it here or there?
It is here.
All right.
Next week.
Next week, yeah.
Right. Now the big game in state, and this is crucial, BYU and Utah State.
Right.
And I think is it in Logan?
It is. It's up there in Logantown.
If BYU does not win
They
this,
won't. Utah
it's
State will
disastrous.
beat them.
Well, what do you think?
Well, now this is a bit of a rivalry, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. They've been playing for a while now. I believe the record since 1975 is like 35-5. So BYU's done the better part there. Dominated, if you will, Bill. But I wouldn't be surprised. I'm with Jen. I reckon Utah State probably going to get up here. BYU just struggling, and it's not because I hate BYU, even though I do. I think Utah State
You
are
can
a better football
objectively
team.
say this.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, because I've argued with other Ute fans about this.
Go ahead.
I like strong BYU.
Sure.
I think it's more fun.
Okay.
It's like watching Star Wars if the Empire is kind of wussy. That's no fun.
Don't
You
forget
like to
they were defeated by teddy bears.
Yeah,
Don't
but
forget
still.
that.
But it's more fun. I mean, you want to win in the end.
Right.
Yeah.
But
No, I know
it's-
what you mean.
It's much more fun if they're
You want a good
competitive.
fight.
Yeah.
There's more to talk about as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, is somebody in the chat room says they play for a wagon wheel?
Yeah, they play for a wagon wheel tonight.
That's the trophy, huh?
I guess
What's
if you
it
want
called? The wagon wheel?
They literally call it the wagon.
The wagon wheel trophy.
And it's big. I mean, it's my height.
So it's a full size.
Oh, yeah. No, it's a big boy.
That's ridiculous.
You could put it on a damn wagon.
You could if you really wanted to.
That is ridiculous. Okay.
So that goes down tonight, and then there's a Pac-12 game that's also going down tonight. That is USC Washington State.
Why is that significant?
Well, USC's in the Pac-12 South, so is Utah. USC, in fact, favorites by a country mile to win the South. And this is going to be an interesting game because Mike Leach, the head coach of Washington State, as well as Luke Falk, who's from Logan, Utah, he's the starting quarterback up there for Washington State. They're a very good football team, ranked 16th, and so the betting line is marginally close. It's only 3.5 or so points in favor of USC. It's by far the closest game they're going to have to play this
It's
year.
good for Utah if Washington State wins.
Correct.
If they win. And then I was going to ask you about Weber State, and I found out yesterday, talking with Tom, that Weber State's coach actually is the person who discovered Tom Hackett in Australia and brought him here to Utah as a punter.
Right.
So what's his name? Jay
Hill.
Jay Hill. So Weber State's been looking pretty good this
Yeah.
year. That's where I went to school. So
Weber State's done well. They nearly beat Cal Berkeley a couple of weeks ago, and then they put the hammering on everybody they played in their conference, which is the Big Sky. So anyway, I think Weber State are doing all right for those that care, but it's a minority, Bill.
I care.
You know, so
I care. Not a lot, but I care. Some.
Somebody sent me a picture of this wagon wheel trophy.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Gary?
It's ridiculous. I mean, it is it's an actual wagon wheel.
Yeah.
It looks like, and it says Utah State on the.
And then it looks like there's little plaques around the edges showing who's
won what.
Yeah.
I guess the only other news is the Utah Jazz kind of started up and about.
Oh, yeah.
So they had media days last week. There's very little to report. Their first game's not until midway through October. They will play a couple of preseason games, but their preseason camp, if you will, is started. It has started, I should say. That all occurred about midway through this week, so a couple of days ago now. So keep an eye on
You've been over to the new Vivint?
I haven't seen it yet, but it's nice. I've seen photos. We've interviewed guys that were getting tours, so it's very nice.
So basketball, is there much basketball in Australia?
So yeah, it's getting pretty big. In fact, the first game, first preseason game they play, the Utah Jazz, is going to be against the Sydney Kings, which is an Australian professional team.
And is the Australian professional basketball pretty much contained within the country, or do they play? They don't play around Europe.
No.
Like that?
Andrew Bogut's from Australia.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
Richie, and I know he's jonesing for this because the Cubs are doing well. He wants you to talk about baseball.
Baseball. Okay,
bases
of
ball.
course.
Right.
Sorry. So the wild card games start up in only a couple of days. The Diamondbacks and the Twins are locked into that. Outside of that, there are a couple of teams that are doing pretty well. In the American League East, Red Sox are on top there. The Indians, Cleveland Indians, believe it or not, are back to doing very good things.
I think I just read that the Cleveland Indians have won 100 games this season, and that's the first time they've done something like that since 1925 or something.
They're playing terrific baseball. The Houston Astros are one game away from the 100-game win mark. They're on 99. If you go to the National League, the Nationals, Bryce Harper and the Nationals, 96 wins on top of the East. The Cubs, Richie's Cubs, they're on 90. So they're 10 games short of 100, but they seem to be making a rather good playoff push there. And then the Dodgers are already over the 100-win mark. They're at 102. So all the baseball playoff is coming up, and it's exciting. It's honestly really. I'm kind of a baseball guy. I lived in Japan for 6 years, so that's why I liked the baseball thing. Living in Salt Lake, very few people care about baseball.
That's true.
I don't really care about it.
With all due respect to Richie.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's true.
But I do enjoy the playoffs.
Now, who did Ed Brass predict would be in
The Dodgers.
And who? Cleveland?
I think it might have been Cleveland, yeah.
That's who Ed Brass, our attorney, predicts Dodgers and Cleveland this year. So.
How are you guys feeling? You guys have been up for, 5 hours now?
Oh, more than that.
At least since 3,
Up at
however
3.
long that is.
So I think a lot of people out there listening admire you all in different ways. Some probably think you're funny.
Some.
Maybe some think you're intelligent.
Some.
I admire you for your ability to get up in the morning. This on Friday, every time I come in, it's by far the earliest I get up. I just want you to know.
Right now is the earliest you get up.
8 o'clock.
All right.
So
well, thank you for making the sacrifice.
Doing it. I know it's hard on you, but maybe you can go back and catch a nap before your show this afternoon.
Well, I got a couple hours.
All right. Thanks, Tom.
See you guys.
All right. And when is your episode of the Let's Go Eat Show?
That'll
Tom?
be Sunday. Tom Hackett on the Let's Go Eat Show, letsgoeatshow.com. I'll tell you a little bit more about that coming up.
All right. Thank you.
Crash southbound I-15 at 22nd South in Salt Lake. Crash the ramp westbound I-215 to northbound I-15. Crash northbound I-15, 52nd south. Left lanes are closed there. Looks like that's about it. I'm going to check our message stream quickly. 33986 if you see anything. Traffic brought to you by Lucky's Auto Credit. $77 in a job. Get you a car. 2 locations, Salt Lake City and Ogden. For program details or to apply online, visit luckysautocredit.com.
All right, we're giving away something coming up?
Yes, it's our flyaway to New Orleans.
Oh.
And Foo Fighters tickets, and it's all great big prizes.
All right. Well, maybe we'll play Foo Fighters for the Potty Break song. All right. Also, Boner of the Day. Boner Fight is on the way. KXRK Provo.
This is very important.
X96 is your home for non-stop music. We give you a 1-hour non-stop music wingding 3 times.
I was so angry
What?
Saturday night. After I went to the Warped Tour, I went to a party, and I think it was about 10 o'clock at night. I get home, and I'm out. I was out on the sidewalk. It's not important why. 10 o'clock, out on the sidewalk, and what do I see coming across the street? A raccoon, and there's a lot of traffic, and he's coming right toward my house.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of traffic,
Yeah.
and the lights in the car honked, and the raccoon kind of, like this, and I thought, God, hit him! I was hoping the car had hit him, but it missed him.
Yeah.
And he came, and I'm standing 20 feet away from him.
Yeah.
And he came running, and he ran, and I started yelling at him, and he ran right up my tree, the one that's in my front yard. I have a gigantic, like
Bill treed a coon.
a 50-foot tree. Yeah, I treed a coon. I was yelling, you son of a... Get back here!
Bill lives where the red fern grows.
I was just so mad, and he ran up the damn tree, and they're everywhere. God.
I think they've declared war on you.
I think they have.
Coming to get you.
It's like birds have declared war on my wife. Raccoons.
No kidding.
Declared war on you.
He got he stopped and growled at the car. I swear to God he did.
Hi, Rose.
Get away!
Shake his fist. Roadhog.
His
little birdie finger.
one of his little bandit hands,
Bird finger.
Their hands are almost human,
They have them,
But ran right up the tree in front of my house. God, that made me
What
mad.
are you going to do?
Did your wife lock you out again? You sleep on the porch. Was it one of those?
No.
No?
Oh, why I was on the
Why you were
Yeah.
out on the front porch?
I was
No.
taking the night air.
He's
I was
farting.
taking in the night air.
He's out farting.
Yeah. I'll be back in a while, honey. I gotta go take the night air.
He's right, isn't he?
No.
Taking the night wind.
No.
Is what it is.
No, I wasn't.
There's a breeze. Let me just put it that way.
Man, I live in the city. I don't
You
need
shouldn't
this
have- no,
crap.
You have to move to the country to get away from the coons.
No kidding. It just drives me crazy.
I tell you, we haven't had any raccoon problems since Van's dog Chase killed one in the
Yeah.
backyard, and ever since then
They know.
they're gone.
I believe that when I start trap, I should go home and set up a trap, and
Yeah.
because if I trap a couple of them, they kind of lay off for a while.
Well, then that means you have to keep trapping them.
I know.
Got to send a message.
I know. I got the trap there. I just haven't. I'll set it, and Brian will come and get them.
I want reliable people who aren't going to get carried away.
This is years you've been dealing with
I
this.
just hate it.
Got to send a message to the coon community.
I haven't seen one of the cats for quite a while. The
Rush or G. Gordon, you mean?
Yeah, Rush is. I haven't seen Rush for a week. Baby Rush is finally gone.
Raccoon will kill a cat.
I don't know.
I know.
They've been coexisting for a while.
Well, no, I mean one of the Rush has been injured by the raccoon. I assume it's the raccoons. Before I've taken him to the vet a couple of times with injuries. It just drives me crazy.
Well, got to kill one. Got to kill one. Send a message.
Spill blood.
Well, let's just sprinkle raccoon blood on the threshold.
Well, where are you going to get that raccoon blood, huh?
From a raccoon, I guess.
You got to bleed one.
Can't you buy it at Sportsman's Warehouse?
No, that's urine, and that will attract them. I'm sorry.
Man.
Do we still have popcorn in the building?
Yeah, why?
Because we should get rid of it all.
This might be the evidence that we have some. I'm eating it. God, you're a genius. You should be a detective.
Everybody knows you're eating it. Can we get rid of all the popcorn in the building so Bill doesn't eat it on the air anymore?
I'm attempting to get rid of it right now. I'm eating it.
But the fact that you have a small bowl of it tells me there's a bigger bag of it on your desk, and we'll be enjoying this
There
for
are
weeks to
3
come.
big bags of it on my desk.
Mm-hmm. You know,
and don't worry yourself about it. It's fine.
If you would hurry and eat it, then he wouldn't be able to.
So I need to take care of it.
You need to take some initiative.
She won't touch any of it.
I will.
No, this is Thai curry coconut. She
Yeah,
won't
no,
touch
I
it.
won't eat that one.
And then there's white cheddar pepper.
No, I
she
won't.
touch that.
Nope.
And then there's seaweed.
No,
She
I-
won't touch that either.
I like the rosemary truffle one.
It's gone.
Yeah, it was the first to go.
Because it's the best.
Because it's the best.
No, it's the only one you'll eat. Does not mean it's the best.
If it's gone, it's the best.
The Thai curry coconut is the best.
Is that what you have
It's good
there?
too.
Yeah.
So weeks and weeks we'll be enjoying.
No, I'm taking it home today.
Okay, good.
Don't worry about it. I'll take it home.
Okay, good.
And,
yeah.
you don't have to call attention to it.
No, I don't, because everybody can tell.
No,
And that's really why he wanted to get off the phone. He has a phobia about hearing people eating.
Oh, they couldn't tell.
They could.
No,
Yes,
they can't
yes, they
tell.
can.
You cannot tell. But I'm eating popcorn on the air right now.
No.
There's no way you can tell. I'm a professional and I know how to do it. I am a professional radio personality who knows.
I was going to say,
Now, if it was TV.
Half of that sentence is true.
If it was TV, you could tell because you'd see me doing
I
it.
think Dan Rascone has stories of news anchors eating.
I bet he doesn't.
Listen, I've seen Dan Rascone pick his teeth while doing a news story.
On a live shot?
Yeah. Standing there with a toothpick going, well, tonight's news.
Tropos tweets, I hope that someday I can win a prize and have Bill ask me questions with a mouthful of popcorn.
Listen, these are our friends. You eat popcorn with friends. These are all our friends.
It just is going to make people hungry. That's what it does.
I am hungry now, actually. Talking about all
Well, the
this.
popcorn, there's
Thai curry.
on his desk.
Thai curry coconut.
request from Gina Barberi.
Well, I'm excited because
Yes.
they're coming to town. Foo Fighters coming to the Vivint Smart Home Arena Tuesday, December 12th. Tickets are on sale now at smithtix.com, and you could win them right now as a qualifying prize. I think that's too good for a qualifying prize because not only do you get that, you get a copy of their new album, Concrete and Gold, which I believe is #1 on Billboard right now.
It's doing well.
So that's a qualifying prize.
Oh.
The prize you're trying to win ultimately is a 3-day flyaway to New Orleans for a big festival, including the Foo Fighters, Killers, LCD Sound System, Cold War Kids, many, many more. This is all powered by Lyft Credit. So here's how you get qualified for that.
Okay.
Text the word BEST, BEST, BEST. Text that to 33986.
All right.
I just realized I didn't take a potty break.
You had your chance.
Go ahead. I'm just going to have to hold it.
my dog.
Yeah.
Riley Wonder Dog. You know, she's quite young.
Oh,
I'm worried.
Is she organizing a protest?
No, she's not. But I'm worried she's. I shouldn't have let her date so young. I'm
What do you
just
mean?
gonna
Is she
come out
pregnant?
and say it. Well, so I got a call from. Well, not a call, a text from my friend Jackie, and she said what's Riley doing right now? And I said, well, she's in the backyard. I wasn't home. She said, can I go get her and take her on a hike? I'm like, you bet. You don't have to ask and go anytime you want. Go get her and.
That's a really bad precedent because the minute you start taking your kids places, they're going to expect to go. They're going to expect you to take them.
That's right.
And that's not a good precedent to set.
Jackie takes me on hikes.
Why didn't you think about this?
She's gonna start liking Jackie better than me.
Well, she probably already does because she took her on a hike.
She did. Not only that though. So Jackie has a gigantic Rottweiler named Willie, who's just a big sweetie, but gigantic dog. And she says, I'm taking Willie on a hike. I'll take Riley with me if you want. I'm like, well, sure.
I don't hike. You might as well.
And she sends me pictures because that's what you do. I don't know if you guys know this. When you have kids and somebody else has your kids, they take pictures of whatever activity they're doing to let you know everything.
Nothing to see here.
And also, if you go on a hike, you take pictures to rub the other person's nose in it,
right?
Because you don't hike.
And so she sends me this picture, and I think Dylan might have it to put up at x96.com/live. There it is. She sends me this picture of Riley and Willie, and she's in love. She is clearly smitten with Willie, and I shouldn't have let her date so young, is what I'm saying. I should have waited till she was at least a year old.
Well, I hope your friend, what's her name? Your friend's name?
Jackie.
I hope Jackie knows how to keep her young man in check.
That's true.
I hope she teaches that young man some respect.
I mean, look at her face. She
Willie.
is smitten. I mean, and I don't
Willie,
blame her.
She's too young for you.
I too like dark brown
And
men. I get.
But I mean, again, I'm not so. I'm sure I want mixing of the races like this either.
They come from different sides. You can tell.
That would be mixing of the races.
Those would be cute puppies, though, wouldn't they?
Well, I do. Oh my God, there's something wrong with you.
No,
So you're sort of encouraging it
No.
now, and she's way too young for this.
I know.
Is it too soon to be talking about a dowry?
Who gets
Yeah.
what in this relationship?
Maybe if you quickly establish a big brother little sister relationship.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we could do
Establish that.
We could do that because I just am worried. The look on her face, I just think she's already gone.
You know, I've seen that look on your face.
Well, looking at my husband,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We have the
And
same
French
taste
fries.
in men.
And French fries.
And French fries. It's well, and so we haven't got her fixed yet.
Well, you better get on that.
Because
Isn't that an odd way to put it?
Fixed?
Fixed.
She's not broken.
It's like she's broken.
She haven't got her spayed yet. Because her vet says that there's some studies that show if you wait until they're slightly older before you have it done, it's better.
That's what I keep telling my
health-wise.
wife with our daughter.
Yeah. get her fixed.
Wait, just wait. We have to
But
wait.
now I'm thinking I can't wait any longer. If they're going to be spending time together,
right?
Well, yeah.
I think I need to.
Now that's what you get when you mix these two dogs. No,
Is there a
that can't
picture?
be right.
A Rottweiler lab mix.
Somebody sent
She's a golden retriever.
a retriever.
This is a golden Rottie, is what they're called.
Oh, well, they're kind of cute.
Yeah.
It's like the coloring of a Rottweiler, but the.
I'm against it.
No,
I'm against it. If I were your husband, I'd get a shotgun and be No, you stay away from our house, Willie.
I'm all about the mixing.
Willie, you go on home now. We don't need you sniffing around the back
Get
door.
on out of here. That's what I'd do.
You stay away from Ellie Mae. I mean,
I'll tell you, you touch Riley, you're gonna go through me.
Oh, they're cute. You shouldn't have shown me these pictures. Now I'm going to encourage
you're
you.
thinking about courting her.
That's
You go
right.
about it the right way.
You come over on Sunday, you sit on the porch, have some lemonade.
Get some
together.
pop for these two kids. Get them each a bottle of pop and let them sit on the porch. But no, see, that would never happen. It's mixing of the races. We don't want that.
All right. Boner fight is coming up at 9:25. Before that, a little bit of news. And a little bit of news before that. Stand by. And then we'll get Boner of the Week in here once we get a winner for today. Shamrock Plumbing.
We should get, never mind. I won't make that.
No. Here's the thing with Shamrock Plumbing. I've had them come out to my house every fall, the last few years, to do a clean out of my pipes down to the street because I have roots that grow into them. They said every year it gets easier and easier to do that because I've done the maintenance of having Shamrock Plumbing come over.
Make sure you get Shamrock Plumbing in there, too, to just kind of take care of your plumbing, make sure it can handle the winter. You can avoid costly repairs by just have them come over and do a little inspection. No job too big or too small for Shamrock Plumbing. Any size system can qualify. If you're doing a remodel, they'll do
the big jobs. They'll even just replace a faucet.
And they also have water heaters and water softeners. And free 30-day trial on a new water softener system.
Ooh.
All details are online at shamrockplumbing.net. So go there, find out how you can get a free 30-day trial on a new water softening system from Shamrock Plumbing.
There you go. There we go.
Hi, it's me, Bill Allred, and as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing better than good conversation and good food. So I've put them together with a podcast called The Let's Go Eat Show. We eat good food and we talk to interesting people. Find my podcast at theletsgoeatshow.com. I was going to mention this article a little bit more.
Oh, okay. This is the Tribune article?
Yeah, this guy calls me. And that's why, I don't know what Richie expected. He calls me, he asks for some quotes. Mm-hmm. So the first thing you want to do, obviously, is see if he got the quotes right.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you always do? If you're being quoted
I don't want
in
to
the
be
paper?
misquoted.
No.
I might come off looking stupid.
I'm just concerned my name's spelled right.
It is. And I was quoted correctly. I don't know about you, because
I
you
don't
haven't
know.
looked yet.
I was rambling. I was doing my dishes when he called, so I had him on my jawbone, you know.
I was
You in the bathroom?
No, I was
dishes.
I was at Liberty Park putting my kids on the Ferris wheel and the little little all the little death trap rides that are over there at Liberty Park. The little injury-inducing ride. I cut myself on this.
Really?
Allred, in referencing his 5,000th episode on the Radio from Hell program, was quoted as saying, "You little jerk, get on that ride!"
You're bringing the little jerks tonight, right?
But the quote, this dawned on me. This was, I think, one of the more brilliant observations I've ever had. The reporter from the Salt Lake Tribune asked me, so why do you think your show has been on so long? Why has it lasted 5,000 episodes when other morning shows and radio shows have come and gone They, some appear and go quickly. Some are there for a while, but they disappear. Why have you guys lasted 5,000 episodes? And I said, well, it seems pretty simple to me. It's because nobody ever fired us. Really? I mean, isn't that he kind of paused and he said, well, I guess that is true, isn't it?
Well, but we were
It doesn't
fired.
mean it's good. We just weren't fired.
We were fired once.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess we were fired once.
Yeah.
No, you weren't fired. You could have stayed. You two could have kept doing the show.
No, he was told he would be fired if he didn't sign the contract.
That's what I mean. If you had signed the contract,
I was fired. I was fired because I wanted to be fired. I don't
different.
count that as really being fired. I was fired because I really, really wanted to be fired in the long run. I wasn't going to sign.
You could have kept your job if you wanted.
Yeah.
You signed the contract. You keep your job.
I wasn't going to sign a contract with those people, and I said to myself, if they fire me, I'll get unemployment. So that's what I want. I wanted to be fired.
So you were fired.
Yeah, but nobody's ever really fired.
Like I said,
fired
you
us.
suck. I don't want you to work here anymore. Get out.
Technically, I've been fired. You were never fired.
I've been fired many, many times. What, you mean from that
Not
job?
from this show.
Yeah,
But not from this show.
From the show. You've never been fired from this show.
Not from this show, no.
No.
Well, that's where it matters.
No. Never been fired from this show. And I was fired kind of by design, so I don't count that.
Sandra say, well, I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah, that would have
wouldn't have
been a good
that's what it's all about.
wraparound.
Well, and speaking of Saturday Night Live, There's a big article in the Washington Post with Daryl Hammond.
Oh.
Talking about how he received the news that he would no longer be Trump anymore, and that it was Alec Baldwin. And he didn't take it well.
I can't imagine that he did.
Well, Daryl, he was really nice when he was here.
Yeah.
But I know he can be kind of prickly, too, and
Mhm.
kind of, you know.
Yeah. Well, no, he didn't get angry.
Oh?
He like cried for
got
weeks.
depressed?
Yeah, he was sad. He was sad that it happened. But and it was Lorne Michaels that called him personally and said, you know, your Trump is the Trump from The Apprentice, and this that's not the Trump that is
different
that is this Trump,
character.
and so it was what's her name that called and said, you know, I work with him on 30 Rock. Alec Baldwin does this great outrageous Trump, and with Kate McKinnon doing Hillary so well, they needed someone who could go up against that just as big, and so it made sense. But he's finally over it. But I was surprised.
So does he? He's still the announcer, right?
Yeah.
He does all the announcing now on the show.
Yeah.
And he's got to be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, somewhat. But he's.
Yep.
It's fascinating to read. All right, before we get to Boner Fight, a little bit of news.
Little bit of news brought to you by Strong Volkswagen of Salt Lake City. You get 100% lifetime powertrain coverage. Your factory powertrain warranty becomes a lifetime warranty online at strongvw.com.
Well, Elon Musk talked about Mars yesterday. He's the chief executive of SpaceX. He's unveiled the plans for his next spacecraft, codenamed. Well, you can't say the code name of the rocket that he's named it. It's big.
It's a not safe for work code name?
They call it BFR. Big effing rocket. That's what they call it at SpaceX.
Because if you were naming a rocket.
Which would enable the company to build a base on the moon and colonize Mars. Musk claims that it would also permit commercial travel to anywhere on the Earth in less than an hour. In a speech at the International Astronautical Congress in Australia, the Canadian-American business magnate said Friday he also hopes SpaceX can launch a BFR by 2022. So what he says is this rocket that we will launch a big rocket by 2022. So that's less than 5 years essentially, right? With cargo, and we will land it on Mars. And then 2 years after that, we will land people on Mars. So he's saying like in 7 years. He hopes to begin the colonization.
Well, we got to get on this because the Earth is going away.
I just it's now I think that's pretty optimistic, but it's fascinating that he is so confident and so insistent about this kind of stuff. A U.S. district judge dismissed all but one of the co-creators of This Is Spinal Tap from a fraud and contract breach lawsuit against production studios Vivendi and Studio Canal. The judge also dismissed a fraud claim against the studios. Harry Shearer, Rob Reiner, and Michael McKean brought the lawsuit last year, and despite decades of cult success, they claim that they only made $81 in merchandise income and $98 in musical sales from This Is Spinal Tap.
They're still selling T-shirts and music.
But the lawsuit demands as much as $400 million in damages. But the judge said, no. Rob Reiner, Harry Shearer, Michael McKean.
You know who's...
You're out. But the judge said, Christopher Guest, you may continue the lawsuit.
And you know why?
Oh.
He wrote all the songs.
Oh.
And when you are if you get credited as being a songwriter, that's where the money is.
So is Christopher Guest involved in the suit?
Yeah.
They all filed
They
they
all
all did.
Yeah.
Now,
he needs to.
Didn't he just? Wasn't it his concept as well, Christopher Guest?
I don't know if that, but where it comes down to is songwriting credits. That's where the money is made, not in the performing of this. This is for any artist.
Yeah. A Salt Lake area school is looking to distance itself from its own name. Jackson Elementary School.
It's Kerry Jackson. Just say it's Kerry Jackson Elementary.
Change it to Kerry Jackson Elementary.
Just change it. Well, yeah, I guess Kerry Jackson, so that we know that it is for sure not Andrew Jackson. But at a meeting Wednesday to discuss next steps for deciding a new name for the school in the Fair Park neighborhood, administrators face questions about the need for a name change in the first place. The single biggest thing he did was in defeating the British. And had he not done that, we would still be under a very oppressive, tyrannical government. Why don't, said one local resident, why don't you call it Trail of Tears Elementary School? Do that. Call it that.
It's kind of a downer.
Well, you know, Andrew Jackson.
Name for a school.
Andrew Jackson was kind of a downer when it comes right down to it. Just call it Trail of Tears Elementary. All right, is it time to get to Boner Fight?
It is time for Boner.
It's Boner Fight with Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, we have the candidate, the winner from round 1, going up against the winner from round 2. Round 1's winner. No good deed goes unpunished. A Washington State patrol trooper told this woman, scolded her. She rescued a child from a burning truck by smashing out the window of a nearby business and grabbing a fire extinguisher, and then putting out the fire on the burning truck. The child was saved. Yes, there was damage to the business, but as a patrol trooper said, you're going to have to pay for all this damage, or I might charge you with robbery. That's boner candidate number 1.
Amazing.
Boner candidate number 2, I've always wanted to see the fatherland. It's a woman who left her 4 kids at home, alone, kids 12 and under, and went to Germany for a vacation.
Mom's gone to Germany.
Yeah, where's your mother? She said, Auf Wiedersehen. And she went to Germany.
There you go. You've got to decide which of these 2 candidates is the worst. Which of these 2 deserve to be called Boner of the Day? Candidate 1 or candidate 2? You pick. Put that number in the message of a text. And text that number to 33986. Pretty easy. Or you can call 877-602-9696 and give your vote via voice. Or go online and look for the box that says Boner Fight September 29 and vote that way. If you don't see the box, refresh. You better hurry, though. You got 3.5 minutes to get your vote in. That's all. It's Boner Fight. It's Boner of the Day. Do it now.
X96 gives you
Now, speaking of dramatic interpretations, no way. What you guys do there is not really that at all, is it?
It's dramatic.
They're putting on a show.
Yeah, we're putting on a show.
They found some old costumes in a trunk.
And they're going to save the school. Or the church or whatever. Hey.
Last night at the theater doing my show, Spirit of the Holidays.
Plug the theater.
At the Desert Star.
Yeah, plug it.
Plays until New Year's. A friend of the program came to the show and brought her family. She had actually just previously been. She went and grabbed herself a best of CD and then decided to come.
So a real
and
friend
watch
of the
show.
program.
Yeah, a due friend of the program. And then came to the show. I said I knew that she was going to be there. She was there with her husband. I said, "Well, stick around afterwards. I'll say hello, see what you thought of the show." Mm-hmm. And afterwards, we were talking, and her mother tried to adopt me.
Huh?
From what I understand, because we talk about how my family is trying to push me out of the house.
You're a big kid now.
So, 26 years old. You have the college degree. You don't clean your room. It's time to get out. A woman, the mother of this friend of the program, offered to adopt me last night. You can put a lock on your door, Richie. I've got the whole basement to yourself.
You're considering this, aren't you?
I started the application process last night.
Yeah, why don't you go sponge off someone else?
Your family's
it's not
tired.
Sponging.
Well, what do you call it?
Well, what do you give them in return?
A show? Do you
I can
dance and sing and perform.
I
for
sing
them?
in the shower, and that carries throughout the house, and I'm good at lawn mowing. That doesn't do any well in the
No.
I can shovel snow.
You never have time to do any of these
I can do
things.
any of that stuff, but they offered, and so I'm seriously considering
because it's over in Sugar House.
You are seriously
moving in. Maybe not on a permanent basis, but becoming a resident of this home for
this
like
will
a month.
end badly.
This is a little creepy, Richie.
Someone just.
You mean this isn't like when Fonzie moved in with the Cunninghams?
That's what he's
the
thinking.
garage?
That's what
Yeah.
he's thinking.
You mean it's not like that at all?
Hey, Mr. and Mrs. C.
Because that never happens. I'm sorry, Richie.
I don't need much.
It is a little weird.
You know what we really need is a few episodes of Happy Days done by squirrels. Wouldn't that be?
Oh,
Just to go back to that for a second.
that would be awesome.
Sit on it.
Yeah.
I'm convinced, though,
Yeah.
that I could move out, not have a place, and find places to stay.
Oh, I'm convinced.
Of course, yeah.
Well, you do it. You do it anyway.
Well, no, but I mean, I could move out of mom's, move out of dad's,
Yeah.
and I'm seriously considering that come the first of the
Just
of the year,
rotate around.
and just
You'd be
go
living
around.
out of your car is what you'd be doing.
which is no different than what I'm doing at this point. If you've seen my car,
Yeah.
yeah.
I said something to Richie the other day. I said, "Why don't we go in your car?" And he said, "Because there's only room for the driver."
Part of the Radio from Hell show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right. Time to award Boner of the Day.
And this is brought to you by...
Totally by
a vegetable curry with some nice mango chutney and some tzatziki and basmati rice.
Nice.
Well, we had number one, no good deed goes unpunished. The woman who rescued a kid from a burning truck, and she did it by breaking a window out of a business right by where the truck was on fire, and she got a fire extinguisher. And the state troopers who got there a couple of minutes later said, well, it's all really nice that you rescued the kid from the burning truck, but we're going to have to charge you with burglary. Somebody's got to pay for this damage. And boner candidate number two, I have always wanted to see the fatherland. The mother who said, Auf Wiedersehen to her children, left them home alone, ages 12 and under, and went off to Germany on a vacation. Very close voting.
Really?
But the winner, number two.
Really?
I have always wanted to see the fatherland.
I don't know. I would have gone number one.
I would have said number one, too. But,
yeah, those four kids were okay. She brought
12's old enough.
She brought them some schnitzel. She brought them a little schnitzel. They were okay.
I had Spätzle.
Spätzle, I love Spätzle.
The other day.
Yeah.
Well, it was Comic-Con last weekend, and I needed to grab a bite to eat, and you got to the deli right across the street from the Monaco there. That Siegfried's? Siegfried's. And they have Spätzle and gravy for a side.
Yeah.
So I got me a sandwich and a Spätzle and gravy.
That's
on
really
the side.
easy to make, Spätzle, too. My son makes it occasionally.
Yeah, it's yummy.
Let's see. So just a couple of quick things. I want to thank Laura, who
Yes.
came by. Now, she won a prize from us. I don't think it was Beat Gina, was it?
No.
It was something. We were
else.
talking to her on the phone, and she said she was delivering food, wholesale food, and she won some tickets from us. And we said, well, was it Chainsaw Guy? Maybe it was. Anyway, we said, why don't you bring us a case of food then? And she said, okay.
Just joking.
And then I was joking, and I said, and you need to be wearing rubber gloves when you deliver. She just brought in a gigantic case of Nature Valley granola bars, she was wearing rubber gloves.
As requested.
Yeah. So thanks, Laura, for doing that.
Now I think everybody that comes in the studio, we should require them to wear rubber gloves. What do you think?
No, I think we should require them to bring cases of food. And then let me mention Tom Hackett.
Yes.
You get a little taste of Tom Hackett here once a week, or if you listen to his show on ESPN, you get more. But you can tell he's entertaining, but he's really entertaining, and he's very honest and forthright. I did a Let's Go Eat show with him yesterday. That'll be ready on Sunday, posted on Sunday with Tom Hackett. We talk about. I'll warn you. So we talk about football.
Mm-hmm. You're warning people about football?
Because not everybody's interested in the intricacies of punting. But there are intricacies of punting, and we discussed that quite a bit. I was interested in that, but that goes on for only about 20 minutes, so 15 minutes. So if you don't want to hear that,
you can fast forward
it in
punting.
15 minutes, and we talk about Australia and the culture there and all that kind of, and why he's still here and if he'll stay here and all of that kind of stuff.
You can't have a crush on him because I already had one on him.
I thought you abandoned it and went on to a new one.
Well, I have my yearly Ute crush, but...
Gina, I don't have a crush on him. He's a guy.
You wouldn't be the first guy you had a crush on.
Well, no, I have a crush on Chris Pine.
Chris Pine, yeah.
And then let me also say, Carrie's a guest on a podcast.
Yeah.
And I was going to mention one that I'm a guest on that's available right now, and I believe I tweeted a link to it. It's a kid up at Weber State who does this show called What's Good?
And you're on that?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. Yeah. Yes, I am. I listened to a little bit of it. I don't like to see myself in photographs, and I don't like to hear myself interviewed. But I listened to just a little bit of it early this morning, and I went, hey, that guy's pretty interesting. It's stories you may have heard if you listen to the show for a long time, but there's new stuff there, too, things that I've never mentioned before. So if you go to @RFHBill, I think there's a link to that podcast there. If there's not, I'll retweet it again in a minute. Okay. And what's yours, the one you're on?
I'm on the Your Creativity podcast. That's the number 8, Tivity.
Oh, yeah, I was on that a couple of years ago, I think, or a year ago.
It's at UtahPodcastNetwork.com.
I'm not on any podcasts, including my own.
Well, it's because you don't do one.
Do you have to do one to be invited to be on one?
It's a.
Why? What's the rule there?
I asked Tom Hackett. I said, "Do you do a podcast?" And he said, "Not currently, but I have done." So you're fine.
What are you doing on Sunday? You want to come over? Broken News?
Maybe.
All right.
No,
okay.
she won't do it.
She won't.
I have.
Well,
I've
she
done
has
your show more than once.
Yeah.
There's also groups of podcasters, the Salt Lake City podcasting group, of which I am an admin of. So if people of any types, of any flavors of podcasts do it, we do monthly meetups. So you can find out how to do a podcast better. Gina, or like next month, you could learn how to start a podcast.
There's too many podcasts.
Well, there's too many terrible podcasts. I will agree with you.
I think there can be more and more and more.
There can be only one.
Well,
those are two different.
I know that's your.
Jerry thinks there should be no other.
No, that's one of our commandments
Thou
on Geek
shalt.
Show is thou shalt have no other podcast before me.
Yeah.
Well, and the way I distinguish it is lots of people have podcasts, few people have shows, and that's the way we distinguish the one that I do differently.
You're a show?
A show, not a podcast.
Well, I can do a show.
Because it's on the radio as well as available online.
Oh.
So that's how we sort of distinguish it. Lots of people can record on GarageBand and do a thing, but you got to.
Did you just say garage?
He did say garage.
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 Both of them. Both on GarageBand.
Garage. Yeah. All right.
Just it's exhausting. And mattressfirm.com is where I am headed.
If
right
I
after
could do
this.
a podcast from my Mattress Firm mattress,
easily.
Yeah. Mattress Firm having their semi-annual sale. There is something for everybody at this sale. Over 15 queen mattresses under $699.99. Replace your mattress, man. It's time. They also want you to know that you are getting the lowest price possible on mattresses. As a matter of fact, if you find the same or a comparable mattress set for less than their Mattress Firm's displayed or advertised price, bring in the advertisement, and they'll beat the price by 10%. Even up to 100 days after you buy it.
well, yeah, and then even up to 120 days after you buy it, if you're not happy with it, Mattress Firm will come get it and find you something you do like.
That's pretty amazing. So take advantage of their semi-annual sale where you will save even more on mattresses. Don't wait. Go in there today. You'll find a Mattress Firm store, I'm sure, near you by going to mattressfirm.com.
Hey, this is Todd Newcomb. If you like the
I had a bizarre experience yesterday.
What?
So I don't order a lot of stuff from Amazon. But my gosh, it's really convenient, you know.
I was going to say, why not?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I don't do it more, but it's
because it hurts local businesses.
Yeah, I'd rather shop
That's
locally.
the reason you shouldn't.
I'd rather shop locally, but there were every once in a while there's a specialty item I can't find, or I can't find. Maybe it's some clothing I can't find the right size or whatever. So anyway, I ordered this item. It doesn't matter what it was from Amazon. It was $10. And it was free shipping because I'd have Amazon Prime. So, and then the way they track the packages, man, it's really slick. I mean, they say, okay, the package is left here, and now it's here, and now it's here, and then they say the package has been delivered to your house. It's on your front porch, and it was there at 3:15.
Yeah.
So when it said that, I went out and there was no package. And I'm looking around. I go, "There's no package anywhere." But clearly, it said 3:15. So I got a hold of Amazon, and they said, "Well," I said, "maybe it just got delivered. It must have just gotten delivered somewhere else." And they said, "Well, we'll just refund your money." And I said, "Well, I don't know. Should I wait a day or two?" "Well, you could, but we'll just refund your money, and we'll give you a $5 credit for your trouble." And I said, "Okay, thanks." And then I thought, I'm not going to order that thing again anyway. I'll go try and find it somewhere else. So yesterday, the woman next door comes over and says, "Here, this was delivered to my house." Now, Amazon has already said they're going to credit my account for $10. So she comes over and says, "Here, this package was delivered here accidentally. It's for you. It's the missing item." So my decision then is, do I keep it and steal $10 from Amazon? Or no, I don't. So
now you're on record.
Right. Well,
this is the radio bill?
So I say to myself, no, of course I don't. And I called them. It was such a hassle to get them to take $10 back from me. I was on the phone for a half an hour. It's like they couldn't figure out how to do it practically.
Nobody's ever called to give us money back.
I said, I just don't want to cheat you out of this $10. Well, okay. It's like
we're not used to people.
It's just $10.
Doing the right thing.
I mean, I was on hold for 20 minutes while this woman tried to figure out how to. She wasn't quite. So either she was inept or it just doesn't happen. I don't know. But what a hassle to get to give them back their $10. And I hope I still get my $5 credit, though.
I'm sure you will.
I hope.
Jackson, Bill Allred, Gina Barberi. What you got there is Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, 9:48 right now. Boner of the week?
Yeah.
Well, I see Dave the flower guy is standing here ready to make the decision on who is the boner of the week.
He's poised like a fine-tuned machine, ready to make the choice. Are you set, Dave?
Yes.
I can see you quivering with excitement as you... You bet, Bill. That's right. I'm so excited. As you are ready to make the choice, you've listened all week. I know you have. You've heard every one of these candidates.
Yep.
You're sick of them. You're ready to put them out of your mind and get ready for another week. So here we go. Boner candidate number 1 from Monday. I had to get some cash for a bucket of Extra Crispy. A classic boner candidate. The guy who robbed a bank and took the $10,000 in a bag with him to the KFC, which is where he was arrested. Boner candidate number 2. Let's try it again. All together now. Heil Hitler. A substitute teacher in Georgia, Vermont, has been fired after she taught her students the Nazi salute and then had it demonstrate it with her. All of the kids were coming from the lunchroom with the substitute teacher, and they were all goose-stepping and going Heil Hitler in unison. A parent saw this happening and thought, well, maybe we better take a look at that. Boner candidate number 3 from Wednesday. Does the Attorney General understand the concept of irony? Attorney General Jefferson Beauregard Sessions III visited Georgetown University Law Center to give a lecture on freedom of speech. 100 student protesters who were there to presumably exercise their right to free speech were banned from the lecture. Boner candidate number 4 from Thursday. I warned me not to drink and drive, but I didn't listen to me. This is an off-duty Los Angeles police officer. He posted a video from a bar which urged people to not drink and drive. A few hours later, he was driving and involved in a fatal car accident because, well, he was drunk. And then boner candidate number 5, I've always wanted to see the fatherland. It's the mother who left her kids and went on vacation to Germany. So, 5 candidates, Dave. Who is the winner?
Number 4.
Number 4.
I warned me not to drink and drive, but I didn't listen to me. All right, David. Yeah, you don't drink and drive on your lawnmower. No. I don't drink.
He doesn't drink at all. He's a good boy.
You are a teetotaler, aren't you?
I drink Pepsi or Coke.
Pepsi or Coke. He's hopped up on caffeine.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Just be careful with the caffeine, okay? All right. Thanks, Dave.
All right.
I got to get home to meet Zero Res.
Well,
okay.
What now?
What? Well, I have a puppy. That's what now.
A puppy who's very excited with her new boyfriend.
And she does the submissive peeing a little bit.
I do that.
Where if you get too excited talking to her, so you have to
squirt. And when you come home, you can't go,
hello,
no.
No,
you have to ignore them for a minute.
Or you have to say, hello, Riley.
Yes.
How was you? Did you have an enjoyable afternoon?
That's why my wife talks to me that way when I get home.
That's right.
Hello.
Billy, do I have
No, it's, yeah. I love you. No, she goes,
yes, you are.
She quit it or I'll pee. Gina, stop.
You done with a thunder shirt? Does that not work?
Yeah, do you want to Yeah. No, she's much better.
Could I advise you to keep the thunder shirt and try it on the little boy? Try it on your son.
It would probably fit him.
Yeah,
calm him right down.
Yeah.
Calm him down.
Yes, Brandon, Zero Res does stay in business because of Gina.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm having him do, this isn't an ad here, but I'm having him do my countertops too. Once a year I have
dog
him
is peeing on the countertops?
No, you have them seal the countertop. Like if you have a stone countertop, they need to be sealed once a year so they don't stain and scratch and that kind of thing. I'm having him do that too.
You know, if you just use regular old-fashioned countertops, they don't.
Formica?
Yeah.
You got a Formica countertop?
I do. or something like that.
I want one of those old tables that you used to see in diners. And I think it was Formica top, but the print, it was like usually like a sea green or a yellow.
With
And
sparkly stuff?
And then the design was, it was either like boomerang shaped.
Yeah.
It was going for a space age look.
That's Formica.
Is that Formica?
And then they had the metal, just it was all
Strip?
framed in metal.
Yeah, with a metal frame.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah, that's that's
Retro.
back in vogue.
I love
now.
that stuff. There used to be a bar in Vegas that I would go to that was themed around that era, around the atomic testing era, and they had like artwork up on the walls
with space age material.
Exactly.
We're making this out of space age material.
I just love that period. It's just so naive.
It's so naive. I love that period. It's so naive.
The Leave It to Beaver era.
Yeah.
No, that's back when America was great, you guys.
That's where they want to take us back, eh?
Well, let's make America great again. Let's start. We need a Cold War. We need the Cold War back.
We're kind of there, aren't we?
No.
No?
No. Not really. Not yet. Well, I guess maybe
A little bit, I think.
Yeah, I guess maybe with Korea, it's
with Korea, yes, but no. In the White House, there's a English to Russian translation dictionary.
Why did they call it the Cold War?
Because we weren't talking.
So we just didn't.
Because we weren't actually at war.
Yeah, we weren't at war. We just weren't talking with each other.
So there was just no back and forth at all.
No.
Well, I thought.
That's what I thought.
Let's go back to that.
Could be
I
wrong.
don't want to go back to anything.
Yeah, I want to go forward. Star Trek.
I don't want to go back.
No.
All right. Let's do the promo and get out of here.
Okay, hang on for 1 second. I have to get that thing going. There we go.
We know you're enjoying your weekend on Monday's Radio from Hell show.
At 6:45, Amy Donaldson will be here for Title IX Sports, as long as Title IX is still in effect. All sports, all with Amy.
At 7:45, Chainsaw Guy will be here to get your Fear Factory tickets and qualify you to win a chainsaw.
And then at 8, Bill Frost will walk through the door and talk about TV, helping to steer you clear of bad television.
8:45, it's Geek News on the Radio, captained by yours truly.
That's all on Monday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
All right. They're trying to change the promos up a little bit, aren't they?
Yeah, a little bit.
You can tell.
How about, well, you can tell when Nick writes them.
Yeah, see that now.
No, that was you? That was you? Ooh.
Some guy in the chat room found me the Coaster 50s retro nostalgic style oval dining, but I got to make sure it's got that print, that pattern.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Is that good enough?
It's good enough for me.
For me too. You?
Yeah, I got to go meet
All right,
Zero.
Okay, right. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
I don't want to go back to anything.
John Smith is next.
A 1-hour nonstop music wingding starts now. Utah's original.